All right, I think I'm live. Welcome to the stream. What's up, ATF? G thanks. I don't feel uncomfortable being on the projector screen. You can project me on the side of the FedEx building if you'd like to, G thanks. What's up, Montero? Monster Ultra Red, White, and Blue, yeah. What's up, Dave's channel fired up? Hell yeah, it's me. All right. Let me connect to the Fusion Studios satellite here. There we go. Welcome to the stream. Today we're doing Memphis wrestling. We are wrapping up 1980. This is actually the last episode from 1980, so we're gonna watch the last episode. Then we're gonna switch over to some classic Memphis wrestling television shows, and then we'll start 1981 next week. I like to keep the years kind of encapsulated, but it's still Memphis. It's still all the people you know from Memphis. It's just not the CWA show. What's up, Jason? Woo! Oh, I thought you said woo, Dave. You said yo. And then this afternoon, ATF, close your ears for this. It is going to be a Boit spectacular. No, it's not a Boit Watch Live because there's no new people in it, but it's catching up with all the heavy hitters, all the chat favorites, and Craig Fingerling approved new video bumpers. So there'll be some new bumpers to watch. So if you want to see all the bumpers live, make sure you're here for that. But that's it. Monday we'll be back for McHenry Mondays, of course. But today we've got Memphis Wrestling. This is December 27th, 1980. So this is the last episode of the year. It's hard to believe 1980's gone by so fast. Seems like just yesterday we were watching who was it? Luthez in a match. So anyway, I think so far 1980's been not my favorite Memphis year, but I feel like business has picked up since Tommy Rich has come in. XPW is it's always, literally always on Tuesdays. Why are you always asking? There will be no additional XPW. There's no. All right, here we go. December 27th, 1980. Here we go. I think. Yeah.
Oswald on one side of the ring.
Also, the quality on this, as with most of the CWA from this time, is not that great. But
the other, it'll be Tommy Rich, Wildfire, and the superstar Bill Dundee. Then another single match, Pat Hutchinson against Tony Charles. Koko Ware and Tom Maley will be teamed today against handsome Jimmy Valiant and Tojo Yamamoto.
Yeah, in addition to that, today we've got some videotape on the Dream Machine in action. It'll be the first time that we've seen him in action officially on our championship wrestling. Looks like a good one. Stay right where you are, and by golly, we'll get cranked up here for another big championship.
Whoa, we're going to get cranked up? Hell yeah.
Wrestling show. Be back to it right after we take time out for this.
Kirk. Wrestling. I love it when it just says wrestling.
Okay, we're about ready to go in the opening bout here. It'll be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Big Angel coming in with Jimmy Hart. All right, Davey.
One fall, 15-minute time limit it is. And introducing from Memphis, Tennessee at 197 pounds on the right of your screen, David Price. Going against him from Portland, Oregon, 250 pounds with his manager, Jimmy Hart.
I like that. He's an angel, but he has a heart. Angel with heart.
Angel, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Sheer unadulterated power right there in the corner.
Sheer unadulterated power.
Big Angel. He is one of these kind of guys.
That was
unadulterated
awesome.
Power.
Time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Sheer unadulterated power right there in the corner of the Big Angel. He is one of these kind of guys who will just muscle you to death. He is very, very strong. And David Price going to have some experience today, Dave.
Oh, boy, I tell you, got his work cut out for him here. The Angel hammering with that big right arm. Drives Price down to his knees. Picks him up on his feet. Kicks him back down to the mat. The Angel. Really on top of David Price from the opening bell. Price trying to fight his way out of it. Nice workout, Jimmy Hart said. Angel has Price back on the rope.
Lance Russell broadcasting from a diving bell.
Almost kicked him out of the ring down onto the floor. Price able to hang on with his feet.
Come on, get him back in the ring.
Come on, ref.
Jerry Calhoun trying to get between the Angel and David Price so that Price can get back into the ring.
What's up, Guido?
Price drops, gets out of the hole.
Did I greet Jason Mourning? I saw Jason moaning. I saw the thing. I thought I responded to it, but I don't know. I'm a little bit out of it this morning.
Angel slips out of a hole that Price was trying to set up on. Price back on his feet, and the Angel just back to work on it. 1.5 minutes gone. Ooh, in the opening match, David Price thrown between the ropes down onto the floor. Referee Jerry Calhoun over there, holding the count.
Come on, get him back in the ring.
Right. Slides under the rope, back into the ring, and the Angel.
What's up, Kevin Murray?
Big right forearm.
Hey, ATF, I might finally, well, I mean, I will. I've got a trad girl in Michigan looking for those cheap deals.
Cover by the Angel. Oh, got a count of one, picked him up with a hair. He did not go for the 3 count.
What's up, Jeremy? Where'd you see it at? On YouTube? I haven't been able to find it. Or did they finally put it on, like, the official one? Official page, I mean.
Angel with that forearm again.
Caffeine and coffee creamer.
The action. The Angel.
Look at Jimmy Hart.
Into the action.
Not a cell phone in sight. Just a guy enjoying life, man. Look how happy he is. Wow. And then Yaphet Kotto seated behind him.
The Angel throws Price into the ropes again. He's hanging out there on the apron, holding onto the ropes. Well, he's got a foot tangled up in the ropes now. Not really hanging on by choice. Referee over, trying to help.
It'll probably,
leg and foot out.
If you put it as a comment, it'll let you, but I don't think it'll let you in the chat. It like the auto moderation from YouTube won't allow a link unless you're like a mod.
Down on you, huh?
Cell phones in 1980, of course.
Angel using the feet, using the forearm a lot in this match. Price whipped into the turnbuckles. Back across the ring, into the turnbuckles on the other side. Angel with a cover. Count as 1. And
The first handheld cellular phone prototype, which I'm assuming when they say handheld, that means bag cell phones and whatnot, had been around for a minute, was April 3rd, 1973 from Motorola. He made the historic call on the streets of New York City using a heavy brick-sized Paul Heyman-esque device.
And, well, it was, count of 1 was it. I think the Angel picked him up with a hair. Price was trying to kick out of it, too, but the Angel, I think, is the one that broke that cover.
Nice reversal by David Price.
Yes, sir. Round behind it. Angel with an elbow.
Somebody say fired up. He is a legend, Daninsky. Mass-produced is an opinion, but you asked, did they have cell phones? And I said, yes. Now you're moving the goalpost. Just say, okay, and drop it.
Right.
No semantics.
Knee to the midsection, or the upper part of the leg.
Wow.
Plus, Jimmy Hart, exceedingly wealthy, so he would have access to technology most people wouldn't, because he had that Gentry's money rolling in, gee thanks.
With that right, not the fist, but right forearm with that brace on it, and there he is with that claw.
Okay, thanks, man.
Referee checking with Price.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but people communicate with me through old videos and put comments in there. I always think that's funny. It feels like you're meeting someone in like a darkened alley to exchange classified information.
It's about a submission. Shoulders down. Down a 3 and it's all over. 4 minutes, 8 seconds. And the Angel finally breaks the hold. Angel gets the win. 4:08 again is the timeline.
David Price, for his credit, Dave, I'll tell you, even though the Angel had that big claw in there, he would not submit, and he stayed right in there.
Cornette
with
was
it,
very
and,
rich, yes.
The Angel went up and got the pin on him, though. And the end result is the same thing. 4:08, the big Angel goes through and takes himself a big win over young David Price, who was battling in there and scrapping.
I probably didn't get a personal cell phone until like, gosh, 96 or 97 probably, maybe.
And giving it what he had, but he
like I didn't have one when I was a kid or a teenager, really. So I got one like it would have been right around the end of high school, probably.
didn't have quite enough for the 253-pounder or whatever the Angel is. He's somewhere in that area. We're going to continue right on without a break right here. Coming in, the tough Romanian Gypsy Joe, David Oswald.
Oh shit, Gypsy Joe.
And across the way, you hear it.
Oh, superstar.
For the superstar and Wildfire. Official introduction.
Be a 2 out of 3 fall match. 45 minutes, our overall time limit on it. Introducing at a total weight of 446
Now,
pounds.
wait a minute.
On the left of the screen from Romania,
Another teleprompter to be operator's going to get fired.
Gypsy Joe. And from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald. And going against them at a total weight of 442 pounds on the right of the screen from Australia.
Like they had semi-smartphones, like the what were they called? Blackberries and shit. But pretty much everyone I knew at the time, like the most popular phone was like the Razor. Everybody had a Razor phone. But I liked the ones where you like opened the phone and then you could pull like the full-size keyboard down.
Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. And from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Okay.
Somebody say old Wildfire.
Opening bout here. This one is our opening tag match. This is a 2 out of 3 fall, 45-minute time limit bout.
Yeah, Palm Pirates.
And the superstar shaking his way out of his gear, and we're about ready for it. It'll be Wildfire again.
What up, Yorty?
Gypsy Joe.
What up, Yorty?
Have started. Here we go. Boy, I was just looking at David Oswald. We haven't seen him in a while, Dave. He looks to me like he's put on a little weight.
He has indeed.
Beefing up and working out in that gym.
Mickey was weighing in at about 220 last time we saw him. He's up to about 226, 227 now.
Wildfire right off and running. There's a tag on the superstar. Bill Dundee comes in and grabs a side headlock on Gypsy Joe. And a big shoulder. Puts Joe down. Mirrors him over. Count of 1. That's all they got on him.
What's up, Leo?
Gypsy Joe. Hammering away.
Oh, gee,
on
thanks.
Bill
Flora
Dundee.
content this afternoon.
That looked like a little solid right to the chin, as a matter of fact. Tag on David Oswald. Oswald right in behind, and boy, he snatches him a side headlock on the superstar. Gypsy Joe and Oswald.
What's up, Mike?
Coming out here barreling. They're really going at it.
Oh.
And a good move by Bill Dundee.
Oh, I thought he got
He
him.
got a 1.5 out of it, but Oswald kicks his way out of it. Bill now with the side headlock. Takes him over and down. Beauty. Great move. Once again, side headlock. Tag on Wildfire. Here he comes. Into the ropes. A whip on Oswald. Tommy goes up with a drop kick. Count of 2, but Joe gets in there and pulls him out of it. He's ready to get a hold of it. So the referee moved him on out. Notice Tommy's got that new Dutch boy haircut.
Dutch boy.
Trimmed it down a little bit.
Scott's going to be offended by that comment.
Reverse face lock on the mat. Tommy Rich holding on to
What's
David
up, Chris?
Oswald. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
I gotta grab a drink. I'll be right
Clear
back.
It was not a chokehold. It wasn't. He runs Gypsy Joe back out of there. Official cheers going across the line.
No doubt who the crowd's for, I don't think. Cheering for Mr. Rich and Superstar.
Yeah, I was thinking Oswald was saying, I wish you'd shut up. Who needs that? And they're killing me, and you're getting there. Let's go, Tommy. Superstar in there right now. Big body slam. Oh, and there's tag. David is.
No, I mean, have I addressed them? Is there like a people waiting to for that? No, I haven't. I never really thought about it. I mean, it's, you know, he was a pretty, as far as like that being the reason that he got the title, you mean?
Bill tried to get to him, but couldn't quite make it before he tagged out to Gypsy Joe.
We're coming up on 3 minutes already in this first fall.
Dundee rattles Gypsy Joe.
You only watch two things, Fusion Studios TV and FIFA TV Plus. I only watch two kinds of content, country and Western.
Remembering what Joe had given him a little bit earlier, it puts Joe down, standing side headlock. And a referee counting him off a bleed.
What's the topic today? We're watching 1980s Memphis wrestling in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'm going to do a catch-up of the heavy hitters and chat favorites from Boyd.
Yeah, he grabbed a hair. That's what it was.
I was trying to explain, because Craig Fingerling he's a boomer, and he doesn't really get it. He doesn't understand Boyd. I was trying to explain it to him. He insists on calling it by the letters instead of just saying the word.
Bill roughed up earlier, really.
Or it's not a big deal, but it's kind of like, ooh.
Man, they are killing each other. Dundee and Gypsy Joe burning. Dundee comes back at him and really pops him. Billy slams into that side headlock. He's going to take it away and put it in his pocket.
I think so.
Wow. Wildfire leaning over if his partner needs help. He's ready. David Oswald
I don't
moving
know.
down the rope.
He was pretty
Got
big,
an eye
man.
on him, but Gypsy Joe goes up top. Takes Dundee down with that top wrist lock, gets a count. Billy easily pulls up that right shoulder. Remember, this is a 2 out of 3 fall, 45-minute time limit. Entirely different complexion on a match when that's the case. Dundee.
I've seen Gypsy Joe wrestle live a couple times. He had that crazy match a while ago with New Jack. What's up, Ronald? Gypsy Joe's crazy, man. It just seems like no matter what people do to him, it's just like he just doesn't matter.
Gets into a head scissors on Gypsy Joe, and Joe kicks out of it.
But by the time I saw him live, he was wrestling like, you know, kind of SD Jones, real slow, plodding.
Oswald from the outside. Offside Billy from behind, but not for long as Wildfire shoots across the ring and tells the referee, you keep him out of it, I'll stay out of it. Meanwhile, Gypsy Joe, blistering Bill, comes
I feel like American Dream is the Gypsy Joe of the Boyd.
in with a double hand on the neck. And up from behind, Dundee rattles him with a right. Big drop kick and down he goes. Cover one. Oswald zipping in there. Boy, David much more aggressive with Gypsy Joe as his partner. And Rich over there popping in the background Gypsy Joe while Dundee over with Oswald, the referee, just having a time keeping it 2-on-2. As a tag out to Gypsy Joe, Oswald takes over.
Have I addressed the? Yeah, I think I've spent many hours addressing those rumors. I haven't watched any of their current stuff because I watched a little bit of it, the beginning of this collab, and I knew immediately like it wasn't for me. I've got a dedicated stream to it. It was before I started doing the wrestling watch-alongs. I was just doing like themed one-off shows, and I did one on the Kaufman-Lawler feud, and there were so many people, like the chat was so into that feud is why we started watching Memphis, but I am also looking forward to seeing like the full shows.
Big booming
Hopefully they're up.
forearm.
We're 5 minutes into the
47.
first ball here.
5 5 minutes in, and goodness gracious, what a first 5 minutes this has been. Dundee, backdrop from
We're all looking forward to Cornette coming in, too.
Oswald. David covers him up. 1, 2.
Ooh, he was close.
Yes, he was close. Oswald almost with an upsetting pin on Bill Dundee. But
What's up,
Billy
Cody?
kicked out of it at the last second. There's the big upper arm nailing Dundee. Now underneath that foot being stomped by Gypsy Joe. Sunset flip. 1, 2, 3, got
There's
it.
one.
Rich got to Oswald just in time to keep him from breaking it up.
Hey, Yordi, yeah, Jimmy Valiant's here. I think he's wrestling later on in the show. He's in a tag match. I can't remember who else is in it, but I know for sure that it's Jimmy Valiant is on one side and Koko Ware is on the other side.
Dundee was able to hold on to the
I think Coco's with a job guy.
3 count.
I'm glad you gave him an assist on that because that is often the most important.
Oh, it was his
thing.
birthday yesterday?
David had already broken up a couple of attempts like that, and Rich stopped him, and Dundee with a beautiful sunset flip on Gypsy Joe comes up with a first fall victory, but that is only one, Dave.
That's right. 5:44 the time on the first one here.
5 minutes, 44 seconds, more action to come in this 2 out of 3 fall match. We'll be back to it in just a moment.
I feel like things are picking up a little bit.
Back into action
Oh,
here on
hell
Channel
yeah,
3
thumbnail.
Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Plenty of it good today, just as coming up on Sunday. Please put that one down. Not Tuesday, Sunday.
Please.
The action comes into the Louisville Gardens, and you make your plans to be right there. We'll give you the entire card a little bit later, but I do want to make mention of 2 bouts, a Southern Tag Team Championship match, when the new champions, Bill Dundee and Tommy Rich, defend against Mitchell and Kirby with the losing team leaving town. Following that, a back alley brawl with Handsome Jimmy and Wildfire Rich. We'll get to Tommy
Ooh,
about
somebody
that.
say, whoa,
First,
Wildfire.
Bill and Tommy, I want to congratulate you on winning those belts, and by golly, it didn't take you long to get right back in.
I thought based off of his shirt, he was going to congratulate Bill on a recent bowling win.
Loser leave town.
We thank you, Lance. It took us a little while to get it together, but I think we got it together now, and we're not selling Kirby and Mitchell short. It was a hard struggle to get the belt, and we're just going to give it our
Speak
best
up,
shot.
Bill.
I think we'll come out on top.
You got something going on this big action Sunday night when it goes in there. Tommy, you got double duty in there, partner. You got the loser
Partner?
leave town championship defense, and then Handsome Jimmy.
Yes, Lance. Well, Bill covered that, but I'd just like to say, I'd like to thank all the people there. You know, I got a little late Christmas present coming. All the people's been hollering, give Tommy a chance and Jimmy in a single. You know, he's been running. He's been in tags. He wouldn't face me one-on-one. But after the little incident that happened just a little while ago, I don't know if people seen it yet or they'll see it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I talked to the promoters, and I told them, I said,
He can't remember whether or not they would have shown that part by now or not.
to come in with his boots on and his clothes. I said, Eddie, let's have a street match. You know, Jimmy claims he's from New York City. He knows what street fighting's all about. Well, Handsome Jimmy, I hope you're out there, brother, because I want to tell you something. Come Sunday, right there in Louisville, just like I said, man, it's going to be a late Christmas present because I'm going to give you everything I got, Jimmy.
Is his hair, do his bangs stop immediately at the bottom of his eyebrows?
And I mean it with all of my heart. I've got my chance. You know, Lance, what it amounts to is I can get just as crazy and nasty as I want to. So, Valiant, you better be ready because I'm coming after you.
Somebody say
Hold it down,
fired
my
up.
friend, and by golly, it'll all be happening Sunday night when that takes place.
It's all
Louisville
happening.
Gardens, you be there.
Okay, we're back, and after the first ball going to the Superstar and Wildfire, Gypsy Joe and David Oswald back up. We're ready for the second fire. Back, and after the first ball going
It's like an AI hallucination version of Lance Russell.
to the Superstar and Wildfire, Gypsy Joe the
Like
first ball.
It's like Dave Brown put like a buzzer on his seat or something. I'm sorry. I just think it's so funny. What's up, Brandon Frazier?
Okay, we're back, and after the first ball going to the Superstar and Wildfire,
Scorpio Sky's in trouble? I haven't heard that.
Gypsy Joe and David Oswald back up. We're ready for the second.
Are you thinking Scorpio Sky or Too Cold Scorpio for stabbing that guy, the security guard?
ball of action, and here we go.
Gypsy Joe Oswald looking to even things up here. Make it 1-1 and take it into a third fall to decide.
That almost ended it right then and there.
Yes, sir.
Whoa!
The superstar in there against Gypsy Joe. Joe backed into a corner. Oh, Bill Dundee. These guys have been chopping each other. They did the entire first fall. Brutal.
This is like kabaddi.
See Joe. Hammer Dundee across the back. Dundee firing the right fist. Goes after the throat. I think Bill's had about enough of Gypsy Joe.
He is hot.
Tommy Rich added just a bit as Joe stumbled into the corner over there. Dundee with a backdrop.
Four hot
Lower
Libras.
part of the leg. Cover, one.
That'd be the ultimate.
Down to two, and there's Oswald in to break it up. At the 1 minute mark, David Oswald jumped in there and prevented the 3 count on Gypsy Joe.
Well, I heard Hannibal's happy because if Too Cold gets locked up, that means he has the girthiest member in wrestling. But I think it deserves an asterisk because it's not natty.
Joe firing Dundee out of the corner. Dundee turned, but Gypsy Joe was not there. He had moved.
Billy tried to catch himself in there, but he banged his head when he came down. Oh, what a fall.
Joe gets the tag. David Oswald in. He grabs Dundee. Working the pressure point, side of the neck. Giving Bill a little encouragement. And he drops David Oswald, heads for the corner. Did not get the tag on Tommy Rich. Didn't quite make it. He was almost there. Oswald got in between him and the tag on Rich. Shoved him back away from the corner. Oswald has made the tag on Gypsy Joe. Joe using the rope.
The blood on
The
her.
lower part of the leg. Now he's got the face lock on Dundee.
Were you in here, Daninsky, when I said that's what Hannibal told me, was that he, with the exception of Too Cold, that he's the girthiest man in wrestling now?
Referee Jerry Calhoun calling for a break. Oswald in after the tag. Oswald. Boy, aggressive. Dundee dumps him down to the mat. Whoa, Gypsy Joe nailed Dundee in the top of the head.
Oh, no.
Oswald had him right by the trunks and just jerked him right off his feet.
Gypsy Joe. With Bill Dundee back on the ropes. Referee's trying to get him away from the ropes. Here's Oswald coming in. I think a tag was made. No, it was not. Oswald has to go back out. Joe across the back of the lower part of the leg is covered. Down to two. Dundee breaks out.
Man, nice.
Joe across the back of the lower part of the leg
Knee,
is covered.
conk, and then the kick.
Joe across the back of the lower part of the leg is covered. Down to two. Dundee.
Oof. One more time.
Joe across the back of the lower part of the leg is covered. Down to two. Dundee breaks out. Kicks Joe back out of the way. He heads for the corner again, but David Oswald is there to keep him away from the tag once again.
The referee was right on top of it, but it still was enough to break him from getting over the tag, Tommy Wildfire.
4 minutes into the action of the second fall.
Well, you know who should really be paying attention to this case is Luke West, who also carries a knife for personal security while on the job. This could have been him. Could have been Luke West.
Dundee just barely in the ring.
He'd be recording videos on a on a cheap cell phone about how to make a lot of money in commissary.
Gypsy Joe from outside grabs him by the hair. Referee trying to keep Tommy Rich back in the corner. Body slam by Oswald. Count of 1, 2. 2 count, and Dundee kicks out of it. About 2.5, really. Boy, very close to a pin for David Oswald. But Dundee able to kick out at the last instant. Referee trying to give Oswald the opportunity to get back on the apron. Dundee crawling toward the corner, and again he almost made it, but not quite. Count is 1, 2. Dundee brings
Who's
those shoulders
Kip?
up to 2
Kip
count.
Sock?
5 minutes
Billy
gone.
Gunn? Or is that Monty Sock?
Oswald came in, and Rich came in to even it up.
Gypsy Joe. Bill Dundee. Dundee
Come on, Bill.
headed for the corner again. But Joe just popped him in the back and knocked him off his feet.
Joe going with that pressure hold in there, and Dundee refusing to give it up as the referee checks with him. Joe really applying the pressure. Bill needs a tag to Tommy in the worst way right at the moment.
He's been in there a long time. He breaks away from Joe, but Oswald steps.
Nah, we know that's not true. April gave us the rundown of Luke West. She said not impressive. And it tapers.
in and grabs him. Now they got him back in their corner. Joe grabs the pressure hold again. Dundee, headbutt, series of them. And again, he was headed for the
I think you'd probably have to give Gerthius to Matt, right?
corner, but David Oswald was in
The
there.
infamous
Tommy
Grace
Lynch
picture.
finally brings that to a halt as he smacked Oswald and then headed back outside. He was trying to get back in position to get the tag, but he and Dundee just missed by inches. Oswald with Dundee in the air. He body slams him right in the center of the ring. Billy hooks him down. 1, 2, 3. Got him in the small package.
What's up,
and
King
Bill
Waker?
Dundee
King Walker. Waker,
in
Walker.
trouble for the entire second fall.
Walker.
Virtually gets the small package on Mr. Oswald, turns the tables on him, and has got himself not only a win in the second fall, that's going to give him the match 2 straight falls.
Oswald hollering and screaming it was only a 2 count in there. It wasn't a 3 count. It was, in fact, a 3 count. Tommy trying
Ghost
to keep
Shrimp.
Gypsy Joe
That sounds like a great. Can you imagine? Wow, what a great movie that would be. Like a group of spring breakers are out having a partying and having a good time. Then they go out skinny dipping one night and they're attacked, and it turns into a night of survival against a entire horde of ghost shrimp.
Oswald attacks him from behind, and Rich goes to get Oswald out. Bill rolls out of the ring. Tommy over to the side to help him out, and it's going to be 2 straight falls, but boy, that's one that Dundee's going to remember for a while, Dave.
Rugged fall.
He really was battered around in there, but came up with the essential thing, and that's the win in there. 2 straight falls. Good one. We got plenty of action. We'll get to it in just a moment.
Primetime omnibuses.
All right, coming up here, Tony Charles, Pat Hutchinson climbing into the ring. This is going to be a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match. And with the official introductions at 197 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, on the left of your screen, Pat Hutchinson. And from South Wales, Great Britain, at 225 pounds, Tony Charles. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit match.
Tony
15-minute
Charles.
time limit match, I'm sorry. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the
Puppet
jackets come
Butler.
off,
He's
Davey,
not
and
weird.
we're about ready to do it. Bell time. Here we go. Championship Wrestling. Lance Russell and Dave Brown at ringside, and we're looking at
He doesn't care anyway. I got tons of clips, and I tagged him in videos all the time while he was alive. I don't think he really cares. especially since he uses a shit ton of copyrighted stuff on primetime. Very rarely does a primetime episode come back that's not littered with copyright claims.
Pardon me, one of the premier junior heavyweights in the entire world, Tony Charles, going against a young guy. Look at Pat Hutchinson. Boy, I went with
the BBC Monster. He won't cam up. He won't cam up the unit, so it's impossible to say.
an aggressive leg dive. Tony slid back, blocked it on it, rolled him over, but Hutchinson's up and out of it.
You misunderstand, Jeremy. He wasn't legitimately saying he would do it. He would never do it. He's saying he thinks I should do it.
Back at it again. Tony in with this youngster who is showing no fear whatsoever for the outstanding Mr. Charles. And look at Hutchinson roll him up in there. Tony hanging on to that side headlock. Charles hooks it around, takes him over and down, and the superstar, hey, Billy, and Tommy Rich out here as our match goes on. Yeah.
We'd just like to take a little minute of your time here, Lance. That guy up there in the black tights is one of the nicest fellas in the wrestling business. There's nobody no nice. In the dressing room, he's always laughing and joking, and he's just a real family guy. Tommy and myself would just like to do something to help the Tony Charles Fund. When all the towns this week we're going to go, and we're going to get a big stack of pictures.
I wouldn't book Doug Locke. I mean, maybe for like a, bring him out when we're in his hometown or something. He could come out and wave to everybody and take like a black fly frog splash from Bethadone, but probably not as a regular, no.
We're going to take him down. We're going to sit him down on the table. We're going to have a big jar there. We're going to give the pictures away free. But anybody wants to put a little...
ATF, what about this? I actually have 3 unpublished Thorpe omnibuses, including like 10 hours of Dalmatian dog schizo yapping, like between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. Ben versus Black Discord panels, and Grace dancing. I could post one of those.
Donation in the jar gets the picture. They'll get it anyway, but it'd be much appreciated to just drop anything, a penny, 2 pennies, $1, whatever you can afford in the jar to help that guy right there, because he's one of the sweetest guys in the wrestling business.
Hey, well, that's great. I think that's tremendous of both of you guys to be doing that. The pictures will be given away, but obviously we'd appreciate a donation to the fund.
Yes, Lance, just like Superstar said, Tony Charles is one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
They're doing an on-camera what is up with Dundee's hair here? Wow. They're doing a full-screen interview with him during a match?
Since I saw like he's done a few things for me, and Super Me was talking about it and wondering how we could help the guy out, and we figured that'd be the best way, get a bunch of pictures and have that jar there, and we're going to sign the pictures and give them away, and anybody wants to give a donation.
Ananje, it also includes the rare video of D-Dog going off on me and being like, oh, yeah. Oh, look at me. I'm Mark Fusion. Hey, Grace. I got a clip for you.
We definitely appreciate it.
Okay, Wildfire and Super. All right, let's thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it very much. Back in the ring. Well, that's
so
kind
weird.
That's kind
Happy
of
Friday,
King
King
everybody
Walker.
Who knows Tony Charles has. Pat Hutchinson trying to roll out of that Boston Crab. Can he get to the ropes? He got a piece of it and pulled it over, and Tony backs it up. He almost
looking
had
like
him
a
there.
misfit.
He was rolling him into that Boston Crab, Dave.
Yes, sir. Well, I tell you, Boston Crab, one of the most punishing things that a wrestler can find himself in.
Tony knows how to put that thing on there.
He
as
does
with
indeed.
everything else, it's the right way. Oh, boy. Tony jerked him up, Hutchinson up in the air, popped him down on that backbreaker. Great move in there as Hutchinson on the ropes. Hate to belabor the point, but I think with Bill Dundee and Tommy Rich and what they were telling the fans, he's just about got him over. Tony trying to see if he can stretch. Hutchinson pushing up on the right side, trying to avoid being caught in that trap. He gets over. This
Rest
could
in
be it
peace.
right
When
here.
did he die?
Tony Charles hanging into that Boston Crab, and he has really got it right. He's got the legs bent
Never go full squiggy, Daninsky.
back and the body down, but Hutchinson makes it to the ropes over there, and Tony's going to back it up.
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson stepped out of the ring there, man, to try to get that backbone lined up again the way it's supposed to be. He's had the pressure put on it.
What we were saying, it's not a gesture by Dundee and Rich. It's a genuine feeling that they have for Tony, and I think most of you were not going to stay on that point, the problems that Tony had and the fun that has been created, and Bill and Tommy going to
be at the matches in the area and giving the pictures away, and hopefully you'll be making a donation to the fund in there. Okay, Tony down with it. Pat Hutchinson, he's been scrapping good, I'll tell you.
He has indeed. We're almost 4 minutes into it. 3:54 gone right now in the match.
Tony had him for a 1 count, and you see that infectious grin that Tony has when Pat was able to kick out of it. He, I think, just as much as you and I and the fans enjoy seeing a young fella come along. Tony, obviously, a big favorite in this count of 1, but look at Hutchinson again. He's scrambling. He really goes for a leg dive. Tony slips him, takes him around behind, but he's too close to the ropes. And Pat Hutchinson battling all the way with Tony in here. He's got his eye dead on him. Charles made some super moves in there, but Pat's been scrapping.
He's on that all red meat and whatever kind of vegetables diet. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was... it was a political person, either a pundit or a politician, was talking about the like new food guidelines from the government and saying that like they were only eating like red meat and this certain type of vegetable. And then he claimed that animals in the wild, that he doesn't have to wipe anymore, right? Because he's only eating red meat and these vegetables. So he's wipeless. And he said that in nature, you never see any animals wipe their ass, and you never see any fecal matter on an animal, because they have healthy diets.
Away, standing side headlock, takes him away from the rope. Ah, boy, there's that forearm uppercut. Man, it's a beauty. Pat coming out, goes for the legs. Tony sprints, blocks him, rolls him over. 1, and Hutchinson again is out of it. But look at Tony, stay right on him. Into the row. Ooh,
what a drop kick.
Him with that drop kick. 2, 3. All right.
Well, we talk about matches where young guys gain experience, but in this match, good experience for Pat Hutchinson in that every move that was made in there is something he can file away in his memory, and because he's going against a veteran who knows the moves, and
I know,
you gotta use it against him, but, maybe
I know it's I can't even imagine saying that.
Will help him later in his career.
Tony over there seeing that he's okay. Boy,
I mean, the quote for it was really bizarre that he said. I'll see if I can find it so I get it right. It's going to sound like I made it up.
He gives Pat a pat on the back in there, and that's the way it goes. And just as great a winner as you will find anywhere. He's some kind of wrestler indeed.
5 minutes the time.
5 minutes, right on the button. And by golly, I'll tell you what, that isn't the only action that we saw. That may not have been the same kind of action, but we would like for you to see a match that took place between the Dream Machine and Carl Fergie. I wish I could say that it had the same kind of sportsmanship. Let's take a look at it.
I can't find it now. I wish I remember the guy's name.
Well, that one got started before we did. You can see Jimmy Hart over here wailing away on Carl Fergie, the Dream Machine. His first appearance in the Coliseum. Backdrop. He's going against a good one in Carl Fergie, I'll tell you that. Dream Machine, pounding away, stomping away, doing it all.
Andy Dwyer, quote, Yorty. Wonder if there were old wrestlers who were upset that people kicked out of the drop kick. I'm sure at some point.
Carl, referee Paul Morton, telling him about the fist, but
no
not
gag
doing
reflex.
One bit of good. Hard over here saying, work him over, work him over.
I know, it was a weird thing to say.
Corner, pulled out. Takes a big elbow down in the middle. Carl Fergie. We're coming up not too far from...
I think this is the first time, right, that we've seen Dream Machine wrestle as far as, like, this run, like, since his last appearance.
And that's going to be it. That is going to be...
Because he's only done interviews up till now, right?
A submission for the Dream Machine in 4 minutes and 58 seconds.
He really said that? Why would... What, so he's making videos of, like, him and Kid Rock drinking whole milk in a hot tub and shit, and now he's saying he doesn't have a gag reflex?
Dream Machine won't let go of it. Be a good time to...
Flora's new video is something like Creator Trip, but she doesn't have very many followers on any like mainstream thing. And she's also started doing features with other girls in her videos, so I'm wondering if there's more to the Flora story than, you know, than we know.
Disqualify him as the referee telling him to let it go, and he's...
Edward Carpentier.
Referee Jerry Calhoun coming out to help out. And he is chucked aside by the Dream Machine. Koko Ware coming in after him.
I haven't seen that much of him, but I mean, I've heard about him like on Cornette's podcast and stuff, but I haven't actually seen a lot of Dream Machine. I think he's been around for a few weeks just cutting promos, but that's really all I've seen besides a few clips.
And there comes Rick Morton. He takes a shot at Jimmy Hart. Now there's a good idea. And the Dream Machine nails Rick Calhoun back in the ring. Hart grabs Rick Morton with a cane.
JFK, what's he got to do with it?
Dream Machine gets rid of Calhoun. Carl Fergie still bleeding profusely.
Don't have a gag reflex.
And the crowd waiting for Lawler, and there he is. I'll tell you, there was a whole lot of wailing going on right then and there. Jerry the King Lawler hit the ring, and it was quite a brawl right after the official bell had rung. I might point that out. And I'll just wait until they end up here. The Dream Machine and Jimmy Hart joining, and it was all over with.
Here we go.
When you continued to do what you did to Carl Fergie, and no excuse in that kind of action.
Now wait just a minute. Now, your kin folks, you know, they say blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
But in this case, blood is not thicker than water, because Jerry Lawler, I hit him there begging for mercy. He looked up at me. He said, "Where is Jerry? And please come and help me." Said, "I need some mercy." I kept putting that fist on him. I kept pounding that head. He looked up at me, and then what happened? Lord have mercy. He sent the referee Jerry Calhoun in there.
What?
Come to save his rescue, won't weigh 135 pounds, soaking wet, and I dumped him like yesterday's garbage. I can't give Koko Ware. Koko Ware come in there. Now, you know, it's two things I can't give him to start with, and that's a black eye and a fat lip. And I dumped him like yesterday. And then who did they send in there? Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton. He come running like he gonna do something, gonna throw a left hook. I put that right on that button, and he went down. His knees turned to jelly. He was on Dream Street, the Dream Machine. The Dream Machine put him out just like a light. Jerry Lawler, you are egg-sucking dog. There ain't a gut in you, Jerry Lawler. And then what did he do? Jerry Lawler ain't got no guts. Then he turned around, and he didn't have enough guts to come in face first. He went all the way around the building. He was blowed up time he got around the door and run in behind my back. He run in behind the door. I'll punch your eyes out. I'll hit you so hard it it'll turn your toenails backwards.
Well, it's all conversation. Yeah, I hear it. It's all said here.
Jerry Lawler, you got one chance in a million to save face. If you anywhere in this TV station, come out here now and let's get the show on the road. Count to 10. Count to 10, baby. 1. Count to 10. 2. Come on, Lawler. Where are you?
Where are you, baby?
Help me, let's count. 4.
Trying to prove you can count to 10. Is that the idea? We don't want any impromptu matches. We've had enough of that. And all the stuff you've done here.
Look at Lance Russell sweeping for Lawler. Oh, we don't want any impromptu matches.
9 1/2. 9 3/4.
Okay, Jimmy.
10.
I hear it.
Not here.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be.
Every week out here, you out here talking about how bad Jerry Lawler is. They ain't just because your breath smell like tar and ain't no sign you cheater. Let me tell you something. Jerry Lawler, you ain't bad. You ain't bad, boy. Where is he at? Now, see, now what you got to say this week to defend him? He didn't have enough guts.
Hey, I don't have to defend Lawler. He can do a pretty good job of defending himself, as you're going to find out eventually, I'll tell you.
How come he didn't come to his cousin's rescue? You know, that boy needs some stand back to fight that pain, fever, and inflammation. He needs some stand back. That's what he needed. He laying there bleeding and looking up. He said, "Oh, Lord, don't hit me no more, soul man. Don't hit me no more." And
Hold on, I gotta fix some on my end. The gang stalkers are making a bunch of noise outside. The sick, evil freaks have arrived. Okay, sorry about that.
I kept putting it on him. I didn't show nobody. My man right here was right with me. Slide me 5 so we can stay alive.
Baby, you wasting time with this guy. Yeah. Of course, you didn't go to mention the fact you jumped him before the bout ever got started.
All right,
That's
see
the
you
only
later,
way
King
you got
Walker. Good to
Carl
see you,
Fergie
man.
like that. We'll take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment. Hey, I do want to impress on you that the action of championship wrestling will be in the Gardens on Sunday night this week. Put it down. Sunday night for championship wrestling action, opening up with the Angel going against Rick Morton, Tojo Yamamoto and Koko Ware. That'll be a good scrap. And Sonny King takes
wow,
on
that's kind of, I like that matchup. Koko Ware against Tojo Yamamoto.
tough Gypsy Joe. Then listen to the final 2 matches. A Southern Tag Team title match where the
Oh gosh, we wouldn't want an impromptu match. No.
losing team must leave town. Now, I think that you know by now, or at least have heard, that the superstar Bill Dundee and Tommy Rich have got themselves the titles, and Guy Mitchell and Roger Kirby will be trying to get them back, as well as...
What's Lance's reticence to call him by his name, which is Nature Boy Roger Kirby?
Getting rid of Dundee and Rich. And then the final bout, well, I won't call it a wrestling match because it's going to be a brawl, just like the name says. Back alley brawl. Handsome Jimmy and Wildfire Tommy Rich will be going at it. They'll start out with their clothes on, and we'll see what they remain by the time the end of that action is over with.
Okay, huh? They're going to start with their clothes on, but we'll see how long that lasts once the action kicks in.
You be there Sunday night for the action.
Action coming up. We had a tag team match earlier, which was won 2 straight by the team of Bill Dundee and Wildfire Tommy Rich over Gypsy Joe and David Oswald. Koko Ware stepping into the ring right now with his partner in this tag team match, Tom Mealy. We are waiting for the opposition. Here they come right now into the wrestling area. As soon as they climb up on the apron into the ring, we'll get on with the official introductions. This match will go to the expiration of time. Team with the most falls to their credit when the time expires will be...
Okay, so it's Jimmy Valiant and Tojo against Koko and the Job Guy.
The match, introducing a total weight of 411 pounds from Union City, Tennessee, TV champion Koko Ware and his partner from Memphis, Tennessee.
Do you think they'll actually be in a back alley, or do you think it'll just be like, that's the rules?
See Tom Mealy. And
Tom Mealy.
Total weight of 469 pounds.
Hey,
from Japan,
hey, hoo, yeah,
Tojo Yamamoto.
Ooh.
And from New York City, Handsome Jimmy Valiant. This match to the expiration of time. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
You must be a special friend of Jimmy's. He's throwing things right at you.
Pete B's here, yeah. Koko Ware put Handsome Jimmy down on the mat, and Valiant steps up, turns to the referee and says, hey, what's going on here? Valiant back to the ropes. He was going to back Koko in there, but Koko reversing. Jimmy, complaining.
Who do you think would win in a hay-off between Jimmy Valiant and Atsushi Onita?
Goes up top, wrist lock.
That's what it sounded like to me. It seemed like he was going to be in that Loser Leaves Town tag team match, right? Against Nature Boy Kirby, and then he has to come back and be in a back alley brawl where he could lose his clothes, apparently.
Koko Ware down to the mat. Jimmy stretches for the corner and makes the tag on Tojo Yamamoto.
Hey, whoa!
Saw the tag, Jim. Air pulling by Tojo. Yanks Koko down to the mat. Koko back on his feet now. Tag made on Jimmy Valiant. Valiant holding Koko up. Calling for Tojo to chop him. Tojo again with a chop.
Hold on just a second.
Valiant off the rope. Comes firing in with a right hand. Koko Ware hits the mat. Valiant with a foot across Koko's throat. Referee Jerry Calhoun backs him away. Tojo gives him a chop as he heads back out on the apron. Koko rather, fighting back as Handsome Jimmy came back into the action. Valiant and Tojo making the quick tags. Referee Jerry Calhoun telling Tojo Yamamoto those chops got to be the side of the hand, not the point of the fingers. Koko with a forearm.
Koko Ware Hall of Famer, good. He should be. Frankie remains not inducted. I really like Koko. He's one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. Like, favorite though, like, not saying he's like the best or whatever, but like, there's something about Koko. Like, when I was a kid, he was one of the guys I really liked to see. It really made me mad when Hulk Hogan, I know I always bring this up, but I can't help it. It makes me so mad. When the Royal Rumble, when Hulk Hogan raked his back, when they were like buddies, like, I get it, you're in the Rumble, you have to fight each other, but he had to rake Koko's back. And I knew at that moment, like, I can't trust this guy completely.
Tojo rakes his fingers across his eyes. Valiant in with the right hand. Koko up in the air. Valiant body slams him. Cover, one. Down to two is all he gets. Koko is able to kick and break it at that point. Valiant and Tojo double team again, as they have done just about every time after a tag. 3 minutes gone. Koko Ware has been in there all the time. Koko off the rope.
I was so dumb too when I was a kid. I thought, like, for sure, and I knew, like, that my parents had already explained to me, like, you know, as part of, like, don't do this, they kind of, like, just broke it down that it, you know, what it was. So, like, I knew, you know, that it wasn't a real, but in the moment I would get, like, swept up in it, and I thought for sure, like, Koko was going to win the Rumble every time he was in it.
Runs into a chop by Tojo Yamamoto. Count is 2 and 3. That's it. First fall's over. 3 minutes, 25 seconds, 3:25, and Jimmy Valiant and Tojo Yamamoto have won the first fall over Koko Ware and Tom Maylin. Koko in there the entire time. They would not let him get over to the tag. They kept him in there, got the 3 count, and they are 1 fall up.
Greatest tag team in the world, baby!
Greatest team.
He's not prejudiced or anything like that. Handsome Jimmy hollering the greatest tag team in the world. First fall is theirs. Expiration of time match. We'll be looking for more of it. Be back in just a moment.
Cowgirl trad in the audience. Let's go. I did see some amazing cowboy hats in the crowd.
expiration of time.
I don't know.
Handsome Jimmy and Tojo Yamamoto in.
Gee, thanks.
They are one fall up, having won the first fall, and starting out, bang, bell time. Koko Ware. Look at him fire across that ring. Woo! Koko, who was the loser in that first fall, he's getting it back again. Comes right in after Handsome Jimmy. There's that big drop kick from Koko. Tag on Tom Maley. Young fellow follows Koko's lead, going after it, but man, look at Jimmy go. He slammed.
Well, the only reason and this is 100% the truth, the only reason I got to watch wrestling in the first place is because the very first thing that my parents saw of pro wrestling, like my dad was aware of it, but he hadn't like watched it in forever, like was when Hogan would cut the promos talking about saying your prayers and eating your vitamins, and he had the gold cross and shit. Like that's the only reason I got to watch it, was because Hogan was portrayed as such a like, you know, wholesome, you know, good role model.
Bailey down, and there's a tag on Tojo.
And then once they saw that like I could watch wrestling and I wasn't trying to like, you know, pile drive kids at school, then I could watch whatever I wanted to. And that's when I started like renting the horror movies from the video store and stuff like that.
Warning shot from Handsome Jimmy. Bailey coming back after Tojo. Chops him, sticks that foot
Who's which guy?
to the midsection. Tom Maley still scrapping
Tom
and
Maley?
going. Tag on Handsome Jimmy. Whip. And there's that big elbow. Wow. Man, oh man, caught him right across the jawbone. Handsome Jimmy. Koko a little bit late.
Hey, hold on a second. Are you saying you think Tom Maley can't hang with the rest of the... There's like three... Well, you've got two stars, two huge draws in Memphis, and then you have Koko, who's on a... He's the TV champ, so I guess he's on kind of a push, but he's still losing on TV sometimes. But you have three guys that are, you know, on the positive, and then you have just one guy that no one's ever heard of before. I wonder who's taking the fall.
That's going to be it. There'll be two falls up. Boy. Tojo, whatever.
$89.99 plus tax, ATF Media, and you can't rent any more tapes until you pay it off.
Handsome Jimmy and Tojo Yamamoto. He fired Maley into the ropes, caught him with the elbow coming off the ropes, then dropped on him with a dreadnought. Elbow.
Did he say he's been using retinol?
Right on the jawbone of Tom Maley, and he got him down and rolled him up for a 1, 2, 3 on it.
Minute 12, the time on the second fall.
Ooh, Koko came out of there blazing, and then he tagged out and let Tom in there. And
Tom came in
you
ready
better
too.
believe he was going at it. And Jimmy stopped him cold in there. Tojo came in, whap, bang, and nailed him. And then Handsome Jimmy with that whip and that final big elbow. He got to 1, 2, 3, and if you said the time, I missed
Minute
it.
12.
Minute 12, okay. So that's two straight falls, expiration of time match. We're going to check our clock, and we'll be back with more wrestling action in just a moment.
I believe it, Dave's channel. I mean, I didn't know much about him before we started watching Memphis, other than just hearing, you know, I hadn't really seen him work, but like, I'm really impressed with him. The fans are always into him. His matches are good when he's in the ring. He's more capable. And then he just goes on that God tier run later on in the 80s as the manager, cutting all those wild promos. He really got Jeff Jarrett over, honestly, when Jarrett first came in, or was first went from like refereeing to wrestling. I feel like Tojo's the one that got him over. Melee Mania.
All right, still some final action to come here on Wave Country's Championship Wrestling. Back to it in just a moment. Again, a reminder, the action of Championship Wrestling comes up Sunday night. So make your plans to be at the Louisville Garden for the outstanding card that is going to
ATF, did you hear me earlier that I've got a trad on patrol in Michigan
include
for
the
deals?
Southern Tag Team Championship bout that will have the losing team leaving town, as well as a back alley brawl between Handsome Jimmy Valiant and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Well, Handsome Jimmy, he is the expert of back alley brawl. He's going to be facing a man that wants plenty of it.
Love. Lancer, isn't love great?
I love his Papa Shango hat.
Isn't love great? Don't you just love to be in love?
Yeah.
Love. I hate Rich. I hate Rich. I have embarrassed him in front of his mother. I have embarrassed his mother. Rich is nosy. He's got nose trouble. He is interfering in my matches. He runs into my matches with his clothes on, with his cowboy boots.
He really was too. Like I remember pretty much everybody in chat would always pop when Tojo came out, and like if he didn't cut a promo on a show, it was like a big disappointment. I think Tojo is definitely is an icon, a future Fusion Studios Hall of Famer. Who knows? I feel like this year it needs to be Colonel De Beers and the original rock and roll tag team, Maniac Mike and Tommy Lane, the rock and roll RPMs.
Boots on with his spurs on. He's saying that he's
Gay
the
Skinner.
one for this match. I'm the one. This is my match. I invented this match. This is a street brawl, a New York City street brawl. Right. That's right. Fully clothed. Anything in a pot.
What is that? Is this what the fuck? Is this where OPC Don got that whole thing of having to say he was fully clothed? Why do they keep bringing up fully clothed? It's not like a tuxedo match, right?
Brass knuck. Right. That's right. Fully clothed.
What?
City street brawl. Right. That's right. Fully clothed. Anything in the pockets. Brass knucks. Anything goes.
I also told the trad to keep an eye out for pizzerias and PB Maxes and Ecto coolers.
This is my kind of match, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rich, and first of all, I'm going to strip him of all his clothes. I'm going to bring him down right to the bikini. He's just going to have a G-string on. Then I'm going to bust.
What? Okay, so the point of a New York City street fight is to strip your opponent? This what?
Bikini. First of all, my kind of match, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rich, and first of all, I'm going to strip him of all his clothes. I'm going to bring him down right to the bikini.
That getting a man down to the G-string isn't the final result. That's how you start the match off.
He's going to have a G-string on. Then I'm going to bust his head. I guarantee he's going to bleed. I promise my people he's going to bleed. And then I'm going to...
Wait, but his people, who are his people? The Creoles, the free people of color?
Drive him. I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to defeat him. And there'll be no more Rich. This is my match. And once and for all,
hey, go Hogs.
I got him where I want him. I got him, Russell, where I want him. Right there. This is the squeezer.
This is the squeezer? This is one of the greatest I want to listen to the whole promo again. I'm sorry.
This is it. In front of it.
Standing card that is going to include a Southern Tag Team Championship bout that will have the losing team leaving town, as well as a back alley brawl between Handsome Jimmy Valiant and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Well, Handsome Jimmy, he is the expert of back alley brawl. He's going to be facing a man that wants plenty of it.
Love. Lancer, isn't love great? Isn't love great? Don't you just love to be in love? Love. I hate Rich. I hate Rich. I have embarrassed him in front of his mother. I have embarrassed his mother.
True.
Rich is nosy. He's got nose trouble. He is interfering in my matches. He runs into my matches with his clothes on, with his cowboy boots on, with his...
He runs into my matches with his clothes on. He would prefer like at the first Olympics?
On. He's saying that he's the one asked for this match. I'm the one. This is my match. I invented this match. This is a street brawl, a New York City street brawl. Right. That's right. Fully clothed.
Anything in the pockets, brass knucks, anything goes. This is my kind of match, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rich, and first of all, I'm going to strip him of all his clothes. I'm going to bring him down right to the bikini. He's just going to have a G-string on. Then I'm going to bust his head. I guarantee he's going to bleed. I promise my people he's going to bleed, and then I'm going to pile drive him.
I promised my people. Yeah, I know. It's so great, man. Media. It's like if he's Tommy Rich wrestles in a Speedo, like, or as Honky Tonk Man would say, a Speedo. So, like, what's the difference?
I heard him. I'm going to defeat him, and there'll be no more Rich. This is my match, and once and for all, I got him where I want him. I got him, Russell, where I want him. Right there. This is the squeezer.
This is the squeezer.
This is it.
This is the squeezer. This is the pleaser. He's going to fist Tommy Rich.
We have just done it right out of time. You're talking about expiration of time. We expired. Just about. How about the winners?
All right, the winners. The Angel won his
Talk about expiration of time. Whew, we expired.
match. Tommy Rich, Superstar Bill Dundee won a tag team match. Tony Charles was the winner. Also, Jimmy Valiant, Tojo Yamamoto.
I've got to remember to clip that interview. That was really funny.
Over Koko Ware and Tom Maley.
Okay. Well, we hope you have a fine holiday season all the way through. And for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying, see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right, so that's the last episode from 1980, and I like to keep things kind of themed. So we're gonna hold off on 1981 until next week, but we're staying in Memphis with all of the characters that we love. I thought we'd watch a few episodes of I think it's 85, the Jerry Lawler Show.
The news is always a little better on TV5.
I love this one up here of him walking in front of the brush. Oh my God, look at this one. He's overlooking a body of water.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to an afternoon edition of the Jerry Lawler Show. We got a good one for you today. Of course, we're on at this special time because of the NFL playoff game that preceded us. We'll be back at our normal time next week, and we've got a special show for you today. I'm telling you, a one-on-one segment features an interview with the new international heavyweight champion, a man who came back to the area recently and took that title from Eddie Gilbert. Lance Russell, as a matter of fact, is going to conduct the one-on-one interview. I'm talking about Terry Taylor. I know you'll be interested to see that. We're also going to have
Terry Taylor one-on-one with Lance. Nice.
Be talking with a couple of guys that we're going to have, I guess, two bad guy segments on the show today. We're going to talk to the former Nightmares, Ken Wayne and Danny Davis, and we'll also be speaking with Troy Graham to kind of see about how his leg is progressing and just see how much longer he's going to need to be wheeled around in the wheelchair. Also, a very special segment today on, well, it's Texas wrestling in general, but you're going to see some familiar faces. Young Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, who wrestled in the area, are now out there, and they're wrestling as Fantastics. We're going to check in on their progress out in Texas. A lot of that and a lot more on today's show, so you stay with us.
What do you mean we need it? I'd stream like 8 hours a day. This is essentially the Mark Fusion show.
We'll be right back with it after these words.
Nice picture selection.
My good friend Danny Dunn has done it again. There are now 7 Dunn's locations. Danny Dunn's newest service center is at Ketchum and Airways. Now you can celebrate the event and enjoy a king-size...
This is the heathen analyzing Joey's truck.
...savings on a transmission tune-up for only $14.95.
Transmission tune-up, $14.95.
So if it's just for an adjustment or for a full exchange, remember what Danny Dunn says.
I'll fix your transmission right and at a reasonable price.
So now wouldn't you really rather have a Dunn's transmission?
As soon as that clap goes, I hear this hungry. And it's like, get me a Snickers bar.
Snickers satisfies you.
If you're going to have have a snack, might as well be a Snickers because my hunger's controlled until dinner.
Packed with fresh peanuts, peanut butter nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate.
Satisfies you.
Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
All the way through the whole bar, it's packed with peanuts. You gotta have a Snickers bar. I mean, it's the thing that satisfies you.
Elvis Presley, the most popular singer of all time, would have celebrated his 50th birthday in January. To mark this worldwide event, we present Elvis Memories, a different kind of special, created with love and understanding, and illustrated with very personal home movies and rare, never-before-seen film footage.
Elvis Memories, Monday night at 7 on TV5.
Take a look at the splendors of Egypt, the pyramids,
Oh, wow.
the Sphinx, the majestic...
Oh, you mean you want me to introduce the clips, like point to a physical TV on a set, and then the camera zooms in and you watch the clip, and then it returns to me at the table with the telephone?
Nile River, all silent testimonies to a land 5,000 years old. Our city's namesake, Memphis, Egypt, sits among these wonders, and our mayor visited here. I'm Brenda Wood. You can see the Land of Kings in a 30-minute special from Memphis.
Doesn't Memphis, I could be wrong, I could be Clarencing it here, doesn't Memphis in terms of like Egypt mean like the underworld or hell?
To Memphis, Wednesday, January 9th at 8 p.m. and Saturday, January 12th at 6 p.m. From Memphis to Memphis, a 30-minute special on
Memphis
TV5.
to Memphis.
Welcome back to the show, and as I said earlier, we're going to be talking with Terry Taylor, the new international heavyweight champion, in just a couple of seconds. But before we do, let's take a look at that young man in action to the music Freeze Frame. Here's Terry Taylor.
Freeze frame.
This might be have to be muted on the VOD, I don't know. What's the beeping sound?
Snapshot image froze without a sound.
Really? Wow. They're like, hey, make sure to get that video of him in here getting the win over Nikolai Volkov. You're delusional. Wow, look at this. Look at this ride. Holy shit. Wow. Man, that's a nice ass car. Chris Warford, this is probably pretty straight as far as Memphis promo reels goes. Some of the Jeff Jarrett ones were really out there. Oh my God, and the fabulous ones. He's like a rooster, pal. Strutting around the ring like a rooster. Yeah. Man. Yep. Wasn't that always what Bill Dundee, they said Bill Dundee said when he went to Memphis or went to Mid-South during the talent exchange? He's like, where are the blowjobs?
Terry Taylor, the new international heavyweight champion. And as I said, he's our one-on-one guest today. Well, actually, he was a guest of Lance Russell. We let Lance conduct this interview right after Terry won the title. So let's take a look at that now. I think you'll be interested in this. Terry Taylor.
We are particularly pleased to be able to have our guest Terry Taylor with us, the new international heavyweight title holder.
Wow.
You folks have just seen the match that he had with Eddie Gilbert.
Fancy.
Before we jump right into that, Terry, welcome back. I know everybody around here was not only delighted in the outcome of the match, but first they're just tickled to see you back here.
Well, Lance, I tell you, it was like coming home, coming back here to see you and everybody and all the fans here in the Memphis area. I tell you, the competition here is good, and it's like, I don't know, just the people have taken me back in, and I am really just happy to be back here, and I'm coming back as often as I can.
I want to, well, we sure hope you're going to bring that belt back and defend it.
Just take it home.
We want to catch up a little bit. Now, you've been gone from Memphis a long time. Reports come back, and they say, hey, Terry Taylor's hot on a firecracker. They're drawing big crowds in New Orleans and Oklahoma and all over Texas and everywhere like that. Just fill us in a little bit, Terry, about some of the matches you've had and the maturity.
I might be able to
that's
match
come
his
with the
energy here.
experience you've
Hold
had
on.
since you were last here in Memphis.
Okay, well, I've been in the Mid-South area is what it's called, and that entails the 5 states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, and
These are the
Oklahoma.
closest I have
And
to his.
As of 6 months ago, I was a TV champion there, which I won a tournament that they had. It took over 7 weeks, 7 different matches that I won that. And I'm happy to say that I was a champion there for 5 months. I'm no longer the champion.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
You know, I'm not too proud of that. But the wrestling there is good. It's good competition, and I'm just trying to, as everybody knows, I'd like to be the world champion sooner or later. And what I feel like I'm doing now is wrestling as many people as I can and doing as well as I can in hopes to someday get that world title shot.
I guess this is kind of a foolish question, but I got to bring it up. I know that when you had an outstanding football career in college, you graduated as an economics major, and there was some question as to what you ought to pursue as a career. I guess by now you're pretty well convinced you made the right choice.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's a thrill to be able to do something that I really enjoy, and that's professional wrestling, and I get paid for it, which is even an added bonus.
I get paid, you know.
It's nice because you have the people that are on my side. Whenever I go out there and I get in trouble, they
But he really got paid once he became a member of the Alexandra York Foundation.
cheer for me, and I feel like it's warmth and it's even friendship. That when I'm out there, that the people are pulling for me, and it just gives me that.
Oh, of
added
course, go Hogs.
Incentive to keep going no matter what. And wrestling is a sport, it's a business, but the sport part is what I really love, and I'm glad I did it, and I'm also glad that I'm making a living.
Hey, you are a perfect one to ask, because a lot of young fellows have come to me and said, hey, how do I get in professional wrestling? And I say, do you have any wrestling background? No, but I want to be a professional wrestler in there. Now, not only were you an outstanding football player, but you were also a great amateur wrestler.
Yes, tremendous amateur background.
And that amateur wrestling background has got to have played an important part in this tremendous rise to the position you're in now.
Well, thank you, Lance. That is true, because
we got them all in there. Tremendous amateur and background. One more time.
Build a house but you were also a professional wrestler in there. Now, not only were you an outstanding football player, but you were also a great amateur wrestler. And that amateur wrestling background has got to have played an important part in this tremendous rise to the position you're in now.
Well, thank you, Lance. That is true, because you can't build a house starting with the roof. You can't start at the top, which is professional wrestling. A lot of people say, well, they see it on TV, and they say, well, I think I can do that. Well, it's never as easy as it looks on TV, because the people you're watching are the absolute best. They are the finest that there is in professional wrestling in this area. And when you watch them...
I always think about Tony Atlas in that Vince McMahon documentary being... Bruce Pritchard gives the most ass-kissing take on Pat Patterson ever. Just completely glazes him and sweeps for him. And he's like, I can't imagine anybody not liking Pat Patterson. And then Tony Atlas is the next clip, and one of the first things he says is, yeah, Pat Patterson came into the shower and grabbed my pecker.
I mean, they are so good that they make it look easy. It's like snow skiing or anything else. You watch them do it, it's real smooth and fluid. But you have to have the basics. You have to start young, learn what you're doing, so you don't make the mistakes later on. And the people that think that they can just jump in on the top level are really in for a rude awakening, because it is not nearly as easy as you might think. It is a hard, tough business to get into and also to stay in.
Yeah, talking about excitement and thrills, I got to go back to one. I know you've had a lot of them since that time, but this one, I know what a thrill it was for me, because I will never forget the reaction, the way you jumped in that ring and all. You came in a Southern heavyweight title match. People liked Terry Taylor. They didn't know him too well. son of a gun if you don't upset the wrestling world
Son of a gun.
and win the AWA Southern Heavyweight title. That still has got to be a big thrill.
Yeah, every time I relive that in my mind, it's a fantastic feeling because that was the first title that I really ever held that was of really
I don't
importance.
even care about credibility. I just think it was really funny because Pritchard's such a kiss ass, and then just that strange comment from Tony Atlas. He grabbed my pecker.
Because this area is so competitive, and I can look back on that with fond memories now because I feel like that was my number one. I mean, it was like a dream, and it came true, and it was right here in this area, and I'm just happy it was here.
Well, I can say one thing for a fact. We're going to be seeing a lot more of this, gentlemen. One of these days, the world belt will be right here. But for time being, that international belt doesn't look too bad. Terry, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing good luck to you in the future.
Well, thank you very much, Lance.
That's young Terry Taylor, and as we said, he is going to be back here in the near future. Just a couple of weeks, he'll be back here to defend the International Heavyweight Championship. We want to thank Lance for conducting that interview. And it's time now for our viewer mail segment, and today's letter comes from, I'm not exactly sure about this. Oh, we got a break first. Okay. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. What we're going to do right now, before we read this letter, before we do our viewer mail segment, is we're going to have to watch a commercial, pay a few bills around here. We'll be back with this letter after this break.
The Nightmares. You're not a Red Rooster fan?
You know, whenever we senior Americans get together, the subject of health care is sure to come up, and costs are skyrocketing. Now, friends, if you get together, the subject of health care is sure to come up, and costs are skyrocketing. Now, friends, if you think together, the subject of health care is sure to come up, and costs are skyrocketing. Now, friends, if you think Medicare is the answer, listen to this. Today, Medicare pays less than half of the average health care bill. Less than half. You're responsible for the rest. That means a stay in the hospital could cost thousands of dollars out of your own pocket. Let me ask you something. You know what a deductible is, or a co-payment? Well, that's the part of the bills you pay yourself. And they've been raised every single year since 1968. The deductible that started at $40 is now over $300. And you could pay that for one day in the hospital. Now, I know it's scary, but fortunately, I've got a great solution. So get pencil and paper for a very important phone number, and I'll tell you about it. This is the original Medicare insurance supplement.
Wow,
from
is
the
he?
National Senior Citizens
Are you
Group
saying
Insurance
that Danny Thomas likes to be on the receiving end of a glass-bottom boat?
Trust. I'm sold on it. Look, it pays cash direct to you, not to the doctor or the hospital, unless that's what you want. It pays regardless of any other coverage you have, including Medicare. And it guarantees to match your Medicare hospital increases dollar for dollar every time they go up. And best of all, if you're 65 or over, you can't be turned down for any reason. So get the Medicare insurance supplement that's already protecting thousands of senior Americans across the country. This information kit explains it all, and it's yours absolutely free when you dial our toll-free number. There is no obligation. The rates are reasonable because it's group coverage. So
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I think there are younger people in chat, but I think there are some seasoned veterans in the chat. And also we watch like a metric fuck ton of like old school content on this channel.
do yourself a favor. Call right now. You know, at this time of your life, you really deserve peace of mind.
Yeah, this is 85.
Toll free 1-800-458-5200.
The episode aired January 6th, 1985.
Or write to Union Fidelity TV offer, Trevose, PA 19048. Operators are standing by now.
Well,
What does
now
he
we're
say
back,
while
and,
they're doing
It is time for the viewer mail segment now, I'm sure.
He seems like he'd be like, "Oh, this is wonderful." Like he'd be real like positive about it.
Hey, Bob. Okay, thank you.
Beautiful
Appreciate that.
dilation.
Our viewer mail today comes from, I'm not sure exactly. I guess the return address on the card is from Susan Emery in Memphis, but she says she wants the T-shirt sent to somebody else. But I guess it's from Susan, and the question is for me. It says, "Dear Jerry, I love to watch you wrestle. I really think you're the best. And for someone who is as busy as you are, would like to know how much time you get to spend at home and if you get vacations. Good luck in 1985, signed Susan Emery." Susan, that is a good question. As you heard Terry Taylor mention a while ago, this is a very tough profession, not only in the ring, but outside as well. The traveling schedules are always very hectic. And then every now and then you get something like the weather that we've just had the past few days will even add more difficulty to that. As a matter of fact, last Thursday night, I wrestled in a city just north of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and was driving, and then all the weather hit. I wound up having to drive 350 miles back to Memphis at 35 miles an hour. So I spent, when I added it up, almost 20 hours getting to and from a match that lasted less than 20 minutes. So that kind of thing takes place
Jerry.
a lot. You don't get to spend a lot of time at home. You spend a lot of time traveling in airports, driving, that kind of thing. As far as vacations, though, I do fortunately get a chance to take a vacation every now and then. The vacations are usually a little different. I don't like to go places on vacation, sort of like a mailman taking a walk on his day off. What I like to do is spend a vacation is just to get to stay at home a little bit. So, Susan, hope that answers your question. And she says,
he likes to be at home with his collection of Coke memorabilia and that Coke table that he has.
My T-shirt and postcard to Estelle Maddenrail. Okay, we will do that, Susan, and this is what Estelle is going to get right here. Hope you like that. Did we get a shot of that? There it is. The T-shirt, and for everybody that sends in, they're going to get one of these postcards, and there's the address that we'd like for you to send your mail to. The Jerry Lawler Show, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. The zip code is 38104. If you have any questions
jobbers.
Or any, of course, artwork, any of that kind of thing, anything you'd like to send to us, we're just standing by the mailbox each and every day waiting for those cards and letters to come in. Okay, send them along to us. And right now what we're going to do, we're going to take a minute to talk to, or a couple of minutes to talk to a couple of guys who are feeling pretty confident right now. They won a big match last week in Memphis, but they got another one coming up right now. I'm talking about Danny Davis and Ken Wayne, the former Nightmares. And as I said, I guess you guys are pretty happy after the big win over Steve Constant and Tim Ashley.
The Barbie dolls, we sent them packing, baby. They back at home playing with Wally.
He's got the Freddy colors on.
And the Beeve. That's right, we got rid of them. They come out there and said they didn't want that match. And they were right, they didn't want it.
Like, Danny Davis looks so, like, if you compare this to, like, when he was in Smoky Mountain, or even when especially when he was in that late 80s version of the Nightmares where he had all that crazy makeup on, he actually looks like a kind of a brute heel here a little bit.
Because we sent him hiking just like we said we was going to do. Ain't that right, pal?
You got it, brother. You got it, brother. Go on, Lawler. I heard you say, well,
yeah,
what?
That's right.
Subject for a shallow mind, Lawler.
I just wanted to say, oh boy, I love these kind of interviews. I just wanted to say that, well, I'm not trying to really let a cat out of the bag or anything like that, but I've heard rumors, and I'm sure you guys have heard rumors, that maybe you haven't seen the last of Tim Ashley and Steve Constant. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you're right, Lawler. Something about these daydreamers or dreamboats or something
all right,
like
see
that
you,
right there. We're supposed to be wrestling them Monday night, I believe. I want to find out something. If that is who we think it is, if that is the Barbie dolls, right, Constant and Ashley, we're going to take those masks off of them, just like they exposed us. Right there on TV, Lawler, they exposed us, baby, right there on TV, in front of millions of people. Well, if that is them, we're going to expose them for the jerks that they are, for the no-good, low-down, stinking dogs that they are, and we're going to get them out of here once and for all, just like they should be.
Well, I've heard that I know you guys went to the promoters and have said that if that's them and if you do get the mask off, that they will be forced to not only leave the area for a year, but they would be suspended as well. Now, don't you think?
Listen, not only would they have to literally move away from here, so clearly they couldn't work here regardless, but they'll also be suspended. They'll be evicted and suspended.
A little drastic measures to take.
A little drastic? Don't you think it was drastic, them jumping in the ring and taking our mask off because they got carried away and let some geeks sitting around ringside say, yeah, take the mask off, and look what happened to them. They got their butts kicked. They was left bleeding in the ring. We had a match with them. We left them bleeding there, and then we get a loser leave town because, see, we knew, baby, we could beat their butts and run them out of town, and we got them a U-Haul, and they're gone. Now, if they ain't got either they're stupid or they got a lot of guts. I got to say that for them.
Fan favorite Freddie.
Because they keep coming back and they keep coming back, and my foot's getting tired of kicking them in the butt, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm getting tired of you using that kind of language on the show, so, you know, we don't have to listen to that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm getting tired of being on this show.
Well, we don't have to be back anymore, you know, if that's the case. Let me just say this. You guys are making it, you're awfully emphatic about the fact that
I don't like that language on this show.
You're going to take their mask off, but at the same time, you were upset when you had your mask pulled off. You know, what do you got, a double standard here or what?
I wouldn't call it a double standard. I mean, what would you do? I mean, these guys were tampering with our livelihoods, you understand? Because, hey, we love privacy because, hey, look at us. We are handsome men. We are very handsome men, and every time we walk out on the streets, we don't want all these little cuties clawing and pulling all over us. You understand? That's just something we don't want. We love our privacy. Well, we're going to find out once and for all. If our suspicions prove right, they're gone, baby.
Okay, a couple of handsome guys. We want to thank you guys for being on the show there, and that's about all the time we have for Ken Wayne and Danny Davis. Real handsome dudes. When they walk into the room, mice jump on chairs. But anyway, that's enough about those guys. What we're going to do right now, we're going to talk just for a second about the book. I don't have the book. Anyway, we have the address. We've been getting a lot of calls for people that were wondering about the address.
Make check to Lawler Book, P.O. Box 240304, Memphis, Tennessee 38124. Please add $1 for postage and handling.
Again, for people out of town that would like a copy of the book Jim Barham wrote about me, there it is. The address, as you see on the screen, and that the post office box number is too long for me to mention, so just write it down.
It's too long.
There it is. You send $10 and $1 for postage, and we'll be glad to send you out a copy of the Jerry Lawler book, Crowning of a King. Also, speaking of that book, it is available in Memphis at all the book.
Yeah, Kevin Murray, I think that's the case. Sounds like they were like recently unmasked. That's something to look forward to too. Then they become that crazy like day glow trauma looking nightmares.
And stores, and also in Jackson at the mall up there at the Bookland store.
I don't like your show.
Speaking of that, I will be at
I think the nightmares were the thumbnail every single week for a long time because they would have the craziest looking shit.
Bookland store at the Mall of Memphis next Saturday. That's right, next Saturday from 1 until 3, and we'll have copies of come on in here, Bob. Just bring it in. That's the book there. We'll have copies of this out there, and we're going to be autographing them for everybody, and we'd just like for everybody to come on by because it's always
did he literally not show
nice
it?
To get the chance to be autographing them. Come on in here, Bob. Just bring it in. That's the book there. We'll have copies of this out there, and we're going to be autographing them for everybody, and we'd just like.
Wow, Lawler. See, people mock me for praising some of the YouTubers for this, but there is an art to showing items to the camera. We should have gotten an immediate hold up and a zoom in, and then the casual flip through. We should have gotten the cover art immediately.
Like for everybody to come on by, because it's always nice to get the chance to meet and greet you fine people.
What a Mickey Mouse TV show this is.
So we'll be there at Bookland store, Mall of Memphis, from 1 to 3 next Saturday afternoon. I'd like to see all of you come on out there, okay? And also big action at the Mid-South Coliseum coming up tomorrow night. 8 o'clock is bell time. Just some of those big matches that you're going to be seeing down there is, of course, the match that the Nightmares, the former Nightmares, Ken Wayne and Danny Davis just talked about. They're going to be going against a new team that we don't know a whole lot about called the Daydreams, a masked team, and we're going to find out Monday night what happens in that match. Also, a no time limit, no disqualification battle.
So whoever the Nightmares are feuding with, you could kind of pick up from what Lawler was saying, that they're back under a mask after losing like a loser leaves town match.
Against Troy Graham's interns, and we're going to have Troy Graham out here in just a few minutes to talk to him about that match. They're going to be going to go up against the Dirty White Boys. And I started to say Jimmy Hart's Dirty White Boys, but I don't think I can call them that anymore. I think that they've seen that they can win without Hart, and he's kind of deserted them the last couple of weeks, and so I believe they're going to go out on their own. They'll be going up against the interns. Then we got Macho Man Randy Savage. He's going to be taking on Iron Mike Sharp for the Mid-America title. And then
that's like a dream match. Savage against Iron Mike Sharp.
My match with Eddie Gilbert inside barbed wire. Barbed wire around the ring. That should be exciting. That's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and we want to see all of you down there. And we want to see you right back here. We'll be back with more of the show after these words. Welcome back to the show, and during the break they told us, well, we're running out of time. You either got time to talk to Troy Graham, or you got time to show everybody the segment on the wrestling out in Troy Graham.
Troy Graham.
So guess what I chose? Right now we're going to take a look at Wrestling out in Texas
Oh,
and check
come
in
on.
on the careers of young Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, and I think you'll see some other familiar faces in this. Here we go.
Oh, the entertainment's fantastic.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He looks kind of like F. Murray Abraham if he was playing Bob Ross.
An entertainment aspect in every sport now, and I think that people realize that if Cassius Clay...
This to me is like, that's full, like this look of Flair is how like, that's like the ultimate Flair for me.
Hadn't had a little showmanship, that he wouldn't have been Muhammad Ali.
You got your sport, which is down on the mat, two guys. You got your sport, which is down on the mat, two guys at each other, or maybe in our case, four guys in that ring, right there, head to head and toe to toe. But also, it's entertainment in the way we dress, with the pizzazz and the style, and coming out to the music.
I try to entice excitement, you know, when I come in, so that I have the momentum, the crowd behind me. It makes me feel good, you know, it makes me feel electric.
Put a pair of shoes on.
I like being a star. I really like it.
People like good guys, bad guys, and I think this is the epitome of it in entertainment. The guy with the black mask, or Zebra Man, or whoever these, you know.
Zebra Man.
Everybody has a role, and I think people can identify with that, good and bad.
I like his entertainment. I enjoy it. I super enjoy it.
Okay, we'll buy that. It is entertainment.
Sunday night beginning at 10:30. It's double-barreled Western adventure with Clint Eastwood in Rawhide, followed by
Oh,
Steve
wow.
McQueen in Wanted, Dead or
Those guys
Alive.
are gigantic out there, and they're definitely putting some physical punishment on each other.
Everybody you see in the ring right now is that they look like an athlete, and they're all athletes, and they're all ex-football players or ex-college jocks.
If the price is right, then sure, I'd love to try it.
Professional
Ed Too Tall Jones, was he in the WrestleMania 2 NFL versus WWF Battle Royal?
wrestlers are definitely outstanding athletes.
Bill Stein.
If you look at their bodies and see how much weight work they probably have to do and how much training they have to go through, they are definitely athletes.
To be, number one, you have to be in good shape, first of all, to be able to take the number of falls that they do during a wrestling match.
And we're out already. Okay, just kind of quick there. Ed Too Tall Jones and a lot of the wrestling going on out in Texas. And as you said, as you saw, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton kind of doing a fabulous one's impersonation there. But I hope, want to wish those guys a lot of success out there. That's about all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank you for being here. Stay tuned, because coming up next is Action News 5. Don't miss that right here. And we're going to be back again next week at our regular time at 11 o'clock. Don't forget, we'll see you tomorrow night down at the Mid-South Coliseum. The roads are all clear, and we want to see you down there, okay? And, well, I guess that's just about all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank you once again. Until tomorrow night, and next week, it's the King saying so long, everybody.
Would you, on the show, if I do segments at a desk like that, at the end of the show, should it hold with no audio, but like I'm clearly saying things and like writing something on a piece of paper as it fades out? This one's from January 20th of 85, so a couple weeks later. Oh, mono. Let me fix my thing real quick, sorry.
Good morning. right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Jerry Lawler Show. On this Super Bowl Sunday, we've got a super show for you, and we want you to stay tuned for the entire thing in our one-on-one
Did they program the Lawler Show against the Super Bowl?
Segment. Today is going to be, well, one-on-two, actually, because we're going to be interviewing a couple of guys who have, as of late, been giving Jimmy Hart fits. And in the past, they've given me a couple of fits, too. I'm talking about Lynn Denton and Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boys. They're going to be with us today. Also,
oh, wow, Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy.
A bad guy segment we're going to be seeing a special on and hearing from Exotic Adrian Street and his valet, Miss Linda. And a little later on in the show, we've got a couple of pugilists. Big word there. That's kind of fancy definition. Boxers, a couple of professional boxers from right here in the Memphis area. All that plus a couple other things we're going to try to throw in there, so you stay tuned. We'll be right back with the rest of the show after these words.
Putting me on TV at work, that might not be a great idea.
Welcome back to the show, and as I said earlier, we're going to be talking with Lynn Denton and Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boys. But before we talk with them, we want to take a look at, well, a little special that was done on them before they came in the area. Here they are, the Dirty White Boys.
Dirty White Boy. Anti-graffiti ordinance. Oh my God.
Are you worried what your friends see? Will it ruin your reputation loving me? 'Cause I'm a dirty white boy.
Let's go.
Yeah, dirty white boy. A dirty white boy. Don't drive no big black car. Don't like no Hollywood movie star.
What the fuck?
You want me to be true to ya. You don't give a damn what I do to ya. I'm just a dirty white boy. Dirty white boy. Dirty white boy.
I mean,
dirty white boy. Dirty white boy. Dirty white boy.
Okay, we're back on the show, and those were the Dirty White Boys. Here are the Dirty White Boys. Tony Anthony and Lynn Denton, fellas, want to welcome you to the show here, and it's an unusual treat, I might add, to have you guys this close, being able to talk with you without you trying to punch my lights out or something, as we have done in the past, right?
That's right.
Hey, corn dog.
Been down that road too, brother.
Well, now, come on. That's true. We've had many matches in the past, and one...
Yeah, go Hogs. The Memphis video promos are all, like, their video packages are always like that. Super Keno, though, I think.
Very memorable one when we...
I lost a motor because
went right up to the top of the Coliseum down there one night. But all that is in the past because now you guys have I started to say seen the light, but that's not necessarily the case. The case, I think, is you've finally seen Jimmy Hart for what he actually is. Am I right or not?
Well, you know something, Jerry, what we ought to do is just take a step back and talk about what happened when it started. It all started, you know. The only reason we came to this area to wrestle, the Dirty White Boys, was because of one man. That's Jimmy Hart. He made all kind of promises. Money. He told us he could do anything. But brother, the money wasn't there. The title shots weren't there. The time we got the chance for a title shot, the first time...
Guys, that's what masculinity... That's how people viewed masculinity. And I want you to remember this, okay? That modern-day manosphere people will tell you that the 80s was the peak of masculinity. So what you're seeing in these wrestling vignettes is what society viewed as, and modern manosphere manfluencers will tell you is the peak of masculinity is that Dirty White Boys video. It's non-PC. It's all about testosterone and muscles, you know, and facial hair, motorcycles.
Jimmy Hart don't show up. The second time, Jimmy Hart cost us the titles.
stands out here on television, tells everybody we're wimps, we're sissies, and all
Weird
kind of stuff.
chap.
He says we're the worst team he's ever had. You know what I think's wrong with Jimmy Hart? I think Jimmy Hart is kind of afraid of the dirty white boys because he couldn't tell us what to do, you know. He couldn't say, hey, I want you in bed at 9 o'clock like he does the rest of those guys in the family, because we do what we want to do. You know, he could say, hey, white boys, put that beer down. You got a match tomorrow. Oh, no, it don't work.
I'll slap him if he tells me
that don't work. Hart couldn't take it, you know.
Kill somebody over there.
So what about the situation with, as you said, you guys finally get the shot at the Southern Tag Team titles against the interns, and Hart's not even at ringside. He doesn't even show up for the match. What was his excuse for that? What did he tell you?
Hart
When did he?
says,
I'm
hey,
not sure.
He calls me and says, hey, I'm on the way. Yeah, I'm out of town. I got held up, but I'll be there. Try to reschedule the match. You know the promotion won't let you do that. I just can't walk up and say, hey, Eddie Marlin, I want to be on last to hold up for 2 hours or 3 hours waiting on Hart's plane.
You don't think Eddie Marlin likes you
No,
anyway?
I don't believe so.
No, he speaks highly of you guys, as a matter of fact.
I bet he does.
But anyway, as if that wasn't bad enough, then when you guys, the next time you get a title shot at, Hart does show up, but he helps the interns win the match.
Exactly.
And then again last week, same situation, the tournament, in the tag team title tournament, he was involved in that again. They thought you guys to lose against the interns again.
But see, it's like Jimmy Hart wants us to lose, but he has to have Troy Graham and 2 interns and everything else he can come up with. And matter of fact, they even hit us with a wheelchair, man.
Yeah.
You know, anything they can find to use.
I don't know. She comes in with him later on in the 80s, but I can't remember, or I don't know. I haven't seen this. This is from 85. We started the original Memphis watch through started in January of 86. So I really don't know what's going on there in 85.
I got knots all over my head from that blame wheelchair.
Well, let's talk about something that may put a smile on both your faces. Your match that's coming up tomorrow night down at the Coliseum should be one that you could enjoy, because not only, I mean, you guys got double opportunity.
In fact, I would argue that videos like the one we just saw were a direct inspiration for that video that RFK put up of him and Kid Rock, where they were working out together and doing non-PC stuff like drinking whole milk and whatever else they were doing in the video, working out.
Opportunity. Not only do you have a shot at the Southern Tag Team titles against the interns, but if you win, you guys get 5 minutes in the ring with Jimmy Hart.
One shot's all I'm asking.
That's Jimmy. Is he going to be in the ring with the both of you? Is that it?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. See, the one thing that means more to us than having those Southern Tag Team titles right now is getting our hands on Jimmy Hart. To make him pay for all the things he's done to us and pay for all the promises he couldn't hold up to. So if it takes me and brother, I'd love that. Me and you in there and Jimmy Hart. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, back and forth. Dribbling around like
Well, we'll be looking forward to that. I think everybody would like to see that, all the fans. And speaking of the fans, how do you guys feel about having people cheer for you as opposed to, well, you know, used to...
In Smoky Mountain, of course, he's just the dirty white boy, but he's got a great promo there where he just randomly pulls a gun out.
You were not exactly what we would call fan favorites.
Well, it's really a lot different.
You weren't? You didn't know that?
It's weird, man.
It's a lot different, you know. I remember the time we fought all the way up to the balcony, you know, the Memphis Coliseum, and some guy took a sucker punch like knocked me.
Yeah, the Outrunners would be perfect for it.
And he couldn't do it. Hey, the guy had a good punch.
Yeah, one of the fans hit you right in the side of the head.
Right in the head, hard as he could, brother. He didn't drop me, but he had a good punch. I want to tell you.
What's up, Perfect Storm?
But you know, it's a lot different because now we come out and they pat us on the back, and I kind of like them girls give me those kisses and all that on the way to the ring.
Yeah, that's nice, huh?
Hey, snakes. Oh,
well, now, you guys don't plan on changing your wrestling style, though, do you?
Not one else.
What wrestling style?
Oh, they call us a dirty white boy.
What's up, baby? Right here's my wrestling style, Jack.
That's it.
You
Okay,
met that before, hadn't you?
Yeah, I'm afraid I have. All right, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in action down there tomorrow night and win that match and get that 5 minutes with Hart, because I don't see how I could last 5 minutes with the two of you guys.
We'll throw you what's left.
Okay, well, that'd be one.
Zandig, I mean, he's got that, like, blue-collar strength. Warrior is in much better shape, or was, but at the same time, that's for show. He couldn't even run down to the ring without getting gassed. Zandig could get thrown off of a building and get back, literally, and get back up again. So I think Zandig absolutely mogs Ultimate Warrior.
Wonderful. Listen, fellas, I want to thank you for being on the show.
What's up,
I want
Scott?
to have you back again. But just to show you how nice it is, now see, there are just little fringe benefits of being fan favorites. You get to come on shows like this, and just for being here,
I had to get up early for this.
Yeah, well, we've got gift certificates. It's good for dinner for two over at Overton Square.
What? Now he's giving them a coupon for a free dinner for two? What is he? Oh, listen, this is if you're a good guy and you're a fan favorite, then you get to come on this show, and you know what? I'll pay for your dinner. Who's he, fucking Chuck Woolery? He's paying for people's dates?
You can either go to the Bombay Bicycle Club or Fridays.
The Bombay Bicycle Club? That sounds like something the heathen would say.
Great places.
Hot dogs, hamburgers,
yeah.
beer.
Good stuff, let me put it that way.
Well,
also, listen to this. Now, this is started today. Also, for being here, you guys both received one-year memberships to the Peabody Health Club right down there in the Peabody. Now, that's a nice, ritzy place. You go work out anytime you're in town.
Peabody Health Club, that's great, by the way, but I can get me some arms.
Zandig is unbreakable true.
I got to the gym a little bit. 12 hours at a time.
Never underestimate a muscle gut.
We want to thank you guys for being here, and we'll be back with more of the show right after these words. We are back on the show.
The Gambino Bicycle family having dinner at the Bambino Bicycle Club.
We got thrown a kind of a curve here today in viewer mail. Our question this week is from Jennifer Daniels.
Here's your home edition of the Jerry Lawler Show.
Martin, Tennessee. And the question is for me, and it says, Dear Jerry, I love your show, and I think you're a very sexy guy. Jennifer, thank you.
Wait, so they were baby faces? So that video was supposed to be I thought they were heels, and that was like a heel video. That was like a baby face video. Okay.
Jennifer's 8 years old. No, I'm only kidding. It says, my question is for you, and why can't you keep your promise and get rid of the wimp, Jimmy Hart, once and for all? Jennifer, that is a good question, and I realize that I have promised in the past that I will, good question, that I will get rid of Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, but those are all people, normal human beings. John Zandig is not a normal human being. He operates only within the world of Zandig. So there's no way. He's not going to put the Warrior over.
He has just proven to be a little more of a thorn in everybody's side than I had first anticipated. When I first met Jimmy Hart, is just like I say, it was a little wimp playing music and everything.
He will only put over wife beater.
And when I had him as my manager, I thought...
Okay, is this accurate? Wife beater was to CZW what Messiah was to XPW.
That if he ever got hit once or twice, that he would be ready to get out of the wrestling profession. But he has proven me wrong, and a lot of the other wrestlers...
I feel like his feuds with Nick Mondo and Zandig were like what established CZW.
And he has lingered on. He kind of grows on you, sort of like a cancer. But we are working on it. Myself, the Dirty White Boys, a lot of the guys are working hard trying to get rid of Jimmy Hart. And one of these days, once and for all, we'll be rid of him. But there's always somebody lurking in the wings to take his place. As a matter of fact, we're going to be speaking to one of those guys in just a few minutes. So, Jennifer,
No, this is like his little show that he does to promote the events and whatever he's doing.
I want to thank you for writing in that question. Hope I answered it. Hey, just for writing in, you're going to get one of these, Jennifer. That's right, T-shirt from the show. I know you're excited about that. Send it up there to you in Martin, Tennessee. And for everybody that writes in, and speaking of writing in, let me give you that address real quick through the show. It is, if you have any questions for any of your wrestlers, write them to The Jerry Lawler Show, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, and the zip code is 38104. There's a shot of the postcard.
If they think that, which I didn't watch it, but I mean, think about Sexy Eddie in that one Tournament of Death where it was literally like a geyser coming out of his, I think it was out of his arm, right? That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
We acknowledge everybody's letter with. We'll send you one of those just for writing in. And there goes one of our camera people off the set over there, Holly, a little sneeze. So what we want you to do is send all the cards and letters and artwork. We have slowed down on the artwork. We haven't been receiving much artwork. So
who's this, DSP? Listen, guys, you told me you wanted to send me in artwork, but I've received very few contributions of artwork. So are we just going to have to move on past the artwork? You understand?
Some of you artists out there, draw some pictures of some of the wrestlers, send them in because we enjoy showing them on the show, okay? And now, speaking of guys lurking in the wings waiting to take Jimmy Hart's place, let's see, what do we... I tell you what...
What a smooth segue.
We'll do first. I think we. And now, speaking of guys lurking in the wings, waiting to take Jimmy Hart's place.
It's in mono, Cody Turbo.
Let's see. What do we? I'll tell you what we do first. I think we told you earlier in the show that we were going to have Adrian Street on and talk with him. Adrian has not arrived on the set yet, so what we will do, we're going to show an Adrian Street special in just a second. But before we do that, we're going to talk with the manager of the interns, Troy Graham. And there he is. Welcome back to the show, Troy Graham.
Oh, man, it's great to be here, baby. I love it. I want to stand out here in front of 3 million people and embarrass you, King Lawler. Look at these belts, baby. What happened to the tournament? What happened to Austin Idol, baby? Hey, let me tell you something, Lynn. Didn't you jerk me up out of that chair and you smacked me right in my face? But you know something, baby? I own my own diamond store, Abbott Diamond Enterprises. I had me a pair of legally brass knucks made right here. Get a close-up of that, baby. Get a close-up of it. It's going to be a different story.
What is
Monday
that?
night, no time limit, no disqualification. You understand what I'm saying? I want it all, baby. We got the belt. You couldn't beat us once, and you ain't going to never beat us. You understand that, Lawler?
Do you mind if I...
Thank you for the gold coin, Scott. Another OPCL. The gold coin vault overfloweth. Appreciate it, man.
I get a word in here, edgewise?
Yeah, you get a word in. What happened to you in that tournament, man? You dropped out, baby.
Well, let me just say this about your match coming up. That's past history. The interns do have the belt, but maybe not for long, because tomorrow night, down at the Coliseum, you're going against the Dirty White Boys. Now, should they win, not only do they get the belts, they get 5 minutes in the ring with Jimmy Hart all by himself. What do you got to say about that?
5 minutes in the ring with Jimmy Hart. Hey, let me tell you something. 5 minutes in the ring with Jimmy Hart, that don't make no difference. They're not going to win, baby. They couldn't do it in 3 times. How they going to do it Monday night? They couldn't do it. We still got the belts, and we're going to keep them, baby. We remain undefeated. Been bad, been good, Dallas, Texas, and Hollywood. I love it, baby. Sweet as wine, you understand what I'm saying. Now, what have you got to say?
Well, what I'd like to do is kind of change the subject for just a second. Show everybody just how knowledgeable you are about sports and everything. I want you to give us your pick in the Super Bowl this afternoon.
He's like, Jerry Lawler, I know who's down there in that ring. It's a Dracula. There's a Dracula down there in that ring to get me.
Who's playing?
We must kill the Dracula.
Here's the thing about Super Bowl. This is wrestling, baby. The king of sports. We got the belt. Hey, Dirty White Boys, you bring it on down there, baby, because I got news for you. This a slow train coming.
Okay, that's Troy Graham. We want to thank you for being on the show. We have absolutely nothing for you. I know you do. I know you do.
Man, I've been on here 3 times. It'll be Troy Graham show for long.
Is he still on? Or...
John Zandig would give Jimmy Hart a blue thunder fire bomb off the top of a warehouse through 9 tables without breaking a sweat into a Caribbean spider web of death.
Is he off? He is so far out he's in or something. I don't know. But anyway, speaking of Troy Graham and tomorrow night, let me just briefly go over some of the matches that are going to be taking place down there. Truly a night of champions. 5 championship matches down at the Coliseum. Dave Brown says it's going to be very cold, but I can assure you the action on the inside of that Coliseum is going to be hot. First of all, there's going to be some newcomers.
Yeah, that's the Dream Machine, like without his mask on, Troy Graham.
To the Memphis area, Kevin Kelly will be seeing for the first time down there, and Rock and Roll Buck Zumoff. I guarantee.
Oh boy, womp womp, Buck Zumoff.
Yeah, you're going to like this young man. Also, a big 10-man tag team match, and then, excuse me for just a second. There we go. I needed to do that for a long time now. 5, as I said, 5 big championship matches, and listen to this. Buddy Landell, who...
Hey, Buddy, Buddy Landell?
Here in the past is now the Central States heavyweight champion. He's going to be in
Buddy Landell's in chat if you got him.
Savage. Terry Taylor returning to Memphis to go against exotic Adrian Street, putting up his international title. Jimmy Valiant with a few surprises in store for the Mid-America champion Iron Mike Sharp. And the Dirty White Boys go against the interns for the Southern Tag Team titles. And if they win, they get 5 minutes in the ring with Jimmy Hart. And then that last match, my Southern heavyweight title on the line against Eddie Gilbert with Texas deathmatch rules. That's where the falls don't count. Anything goes, and you go until one man can't answer the bell. So it should be a super night of action down there. We said earlier, Adrian Street's going to be going against Terry Taylor.
Buddy
Let's
Landell.
take a look at Adrian Street in action.
Ain't that right, Linda? See, Adrian Street knew, get you a Linda, and you'll be set for life. Yeah, that's a Buddy Landell, brother.
So imagine what I could do to you. I can tear a telephone directory in two. Bending iron bars is something else that I can do. I always fix my seat with the nearest billion few. So imagine what I could do to you. To see my many attributes won't need a second glance. So if you resist it,
oh wow.
I can knock a hole right through a solid concrete wall. I can poetry out by its roots and nothing at all. Now you know about me, you don't need a crystal ball. Tell you just what I could do to you.
The presence of a woman helps, I think.
I thought of something already. To see my many attributes.
Oh, wow.
Need a second glance. And you know if you resist it, just that chance. I can crush a heartbreak with one movement of my hand. And laugh while I reduce it to a dusty heap of sand. I got a finish.
Yeah, he did. All right, see you later, ATF. Good luck at the auction. Let me know how much you gave for that Tito Santana figure.
When I make my chest expand. So imagine what I could do to you.
He ain't right, is he? No. Exotic Adrian Street, and they tell us that he has had arrived on the set, but unfortunately we're out of time. We won't be able to talk to him.
Why is he doesn't do a very good job of the time management on this show.
And who knows, he may be the international heavyweight champion by then, but we'll try to have Exotic Adrian Street. He's all excited about the fact that he sings his own songs for the videos there, and unusual to say the least. Tell you what, we'll be back with more of the show. We got a couple of those boxers that we're going to be talking to in just a couple of minutes, and
a couple of pugilists.
We'll be right back after these words.
When I
We're back on the show now. We have with us a couple of Memphis area boxers. I want to welcome you guys to the show. We have Robert Dixon and Knox Brown, right?
Okay.
And you guys are both going to be in action.
Look at these guys.
Up at the Cook Convention Center in the ballroom there, right?
Right.
Professional.
This guy looks like a 35-year-old stockbroker that just lost everything, but he's trying to hide it from everybody.
Boxing, well, real quick, let me go over there. We've got a super card you guys have got up there. There's going to be a couple of 10-round main events. 1, 2, 3 6-round matches and 2 4-round matches, right?
1 4-rounder.
1 4-rounder, right. Okay. Knox, who are you going to be going against?
His name's John Dobbins. He's from Little Rock. I fought him once about a year ago, and he won a 4-round decision. And so I wanted the main event 10-round with him this time.
Now, I understand that how long have you been boxing?
About a year and 3 months.
And a pretty impressive record. What is 7-2?
7-2.
And one of those losses was against this guy, right?
Right.
His name again is what?
John Dobbins.
John Dobbins from Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, now, the only other time you guys met, he came out on top, right?
So this is definitely a grudge match.
I see. Well, give us a prediction now.
I'm looking for a knockout in the 8th round.
All right.
Me knocking him out.
Oh, I should hope so. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. What's this guy's record?
I'm not sure. He's had about 15 fights, something like that. I'm not sure of his exact record.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Robert?
My manager worries about that. I'm not too worried about that.
That's the way to do it. Just keep your mind on fighting. Robert, you're going to be going against Ali Smith. Yes. What do you know about this guy?
Not too much. I seen him. He challenged me back in Houston, Texas. One night, I fighting up there. I knocked this guy out, and he came in the ring and challenged me.
Oh,
and so they waited till we got a card in Memphis, so we'll get him in our hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'll get a chance to fight him here. I haven't never seen him in action yet.
Now you're wrestling in the featherweight division.
Sorry.
What are you weighing now?
I'm weighing about 127, 130, something like that.
And how long have you been boxing?
4 years in amateurs, and this is my first year pro.
Oh, great. What's your record so far?
2-0 and 1. One draw.
Super. As I said,
Do you think this guy looks like a old school looks maxer? Was I muted when I said that?
Just briefly mention, also Mike Greer's going to be in action down there. It's a big card. One of the heavyweight matches is David Curry against Donnie the Flash Franklin, and a big card. Once again, I want to mention that it's going to be Tuesday night at Cook Convention Center. 8 o'clock is bell time. The tickets are available at the Central Ticket Office. And real quickly, let me give you this telephone number if you want any information at all. It's 353-4866. They can call that number and get any information on the fight. And fellas, I want to wish you guys both all the luck in the world. And if we hear that...
My favorite style of nachos, probably just like, it's kind of a generic answer, but I really like the ones like at the movie theater for some reason.
You guys win your fights, so we'll have you back on the show and talk about it, okay?
Even though they're like the absolute most basic garbage things. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like movies, so I like it's positive through association. But I also like Cool Ranch Doritos and like spicy cheese.
Thank you guys for being here. That's just about all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank you for being here.
What's up, Pomp Flair?
Next week, every Sunday at 11 o'clock right here on Big TV 5. Don't forget, tomorrow night at the Mid-South Coliseum, some super action down there. Night of Champions there, 5 big championship matches, and you may see Jimmy Hart get his down there. Stay tuned, because right now you're going to see great basketball action with Notre Dame versus DePaul, and we'll see you right back here next Sunday at 11. So long.
On my show, it would always, since on my show I overmute, it would undermute on that show, and they would always catch me saying something, you know, like out of pocket just as the show ended. Oh my gosh. Wait, the Kinos? Oh, the King. I was like, wow. The King's hair is styled by Ted Cortez at Gould's in the Park Place Mall. The King's fashion from Stam's Top Dahmer, Raleigh Springs Mall, and at the Summer Shopping Center. 2 locations for your convenience. Oh boy. What? Tanning no sweat at Gazebo Tanning Salon down in Germantown. Wow. Man, this dude, he wanted everything. He was getting everything for free. He even got him, he even got the gift certificate for the dinner for 2 for free. Man, he was running a racket, man.
Sunday nights beginning at 10:30, it's double-barreled Western adventure with Clint Eastwood in Raw.
I'm doing good, Pomp Flair. It's been a fun week of content, I think.
Followed by Steve McQueen.
I've had a good
Wanted,
time.
Dead or Alive. Tonight at 6, join us for all the excitement, drama, dancing, and fun of Fame. Right here on the Mid-South's favorite TV 5.
All right, let's watch one more.
WMCTV, Memphis.
This is the sequential episode. So the last one was January 20th. This is January 27th, 1985. I'm all right with that. He was in a double thing at the end of 1980. He was feuding teaming with Bill Dundee against Mitchell and Nature Boy Roger Kirby in a loser leaves town match. But then he was also in a street fight, New York City street fight against Jimmy Valiant, and Jimmy Valiant promised that he would arrive fully dressed, but the first thing he was going to do was strip Tommy Rich down to his G-string.
Hey, I'm excited about it. I know that.
And then he held his fist up and said that this was both a squeezer and a pleaser.
I'm also excited about the fact that we're just a few hours away from action at the Mid-South Coliseum. But before that, we're going to get this show out of the way. And in our one-on-one segment, going to be talking with a man who I'm going to be real familiar with in the next 10 days, I would imagine, because we're fixing to take a trip to Japan. I'm talking about the Boogie Woogie Man, Handsome Jimmy.
Hold on, I got to fix something again. All right, hang on. Okay.
Valiant, and we'll be talking with him about our upcoming trip and the big tournament in Japan and, well, a few other things. So that's going to be our one-on-one segment. We're also going to be hearing from, well, probably one of the meanest tag teams in wrestling today. They're managed by Paul Ellering, and we're talking about the Hawk and the Animal, the Road Warriors. We'll be hearing from them today.
Whoa, we get to hear from the Road Warriors?
Bad Guy segment, we're going to be interviewing Exotic Adrian Street with his valet, Miss Linda. And as a little special feature later on in the show, we're going to be talking with a gentleman by the name of Gene Dixon. He is with the big car show that's going to be in town this weekend. So it's a good show. We want you to stay tuned for the entire thing. We'll be right back with it after these words.
Oh my God! Look at that.
We'll be right back with it. It's going to be in town this weekend. So
this looks like a bumper for like an '80s sitcom.
It's a good show. We want you to stay tuned for the entire thing. We'll be right back with it after these words. The entire thing. We'll be right back with it after these words.
Quit showing WCW footage.
Before you let some clown sell you his chicken nuggets, try ours, Church's Crispy Nuggets.
Church's Chicken used to have nuggets. I wonder if they still do.
In case you haven't noticed, that other guy has only one flavor. But Church's has two, regular and spicy. Both are light and crispy on the outside, tender on the inside. And Church's Crispy Nuggets come with a choice of 4 delicious sauces. So why settle for a one-flavor nugget when you can have regular or spicy? Remember, any clown can make a nugget, but only Church's gives you a choice.
Lighten up, take a bite, so soft and creamy, it's so dreamy. 3 Musketeers, every bite fluffy.
The real Nature Boy, inarguably, is the true Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
Yummy, a chocolate cloud.
And if he wouldn't have been a drunk who just fucked off all the time, he would have beaten Ric Flair. They had it ready to go, loaded, and he just didn't show up. He would have beaten Flair, become the Nature Boy, and gotten the title.
So smooth and
Instead, he was a victim of fermented beverages.
Almost chocolate biteful, delicious, delightful, fluffy. 3 Musketeers, lighten up on a chocolate cloud.
Lighten up on a chocolate cloud.
Smell this fresh cut cedar.
Nothing can penetrate this stuffy nose.
This can.
Hall's Eucalyptus?
With vapor action.
Even in the worst colds, Hall's Vapor Action penetrates deep into clogged nasal passages to help your stuffy nose feel clearer, while Hall soothes your throat to help your cough.
Hey, I feel much better now.
Good. You split.
For penetrating relief, get Hall's Vapor Action.
The bad weather has really kept customers away, but it hasn't stopped our deliveries.
Boy, the bad weather's really kept the customers away down here at C Jeep.
Got trucks unloading every day.
I thought that was the name of the place, C Jeep. Covington Pike? No way.
And we're running out of room. That means we've got more cars, trucks, and custom vans than we can afford a day, and customers are
Wait a second.
But it hasn't stopped our deliveries. We've got trucks unloading every day, and we're running out of room. That means
I thought the windshield was busted on this one.
We've got more cars, trucks, and custom vans than we can afford to keep. And that also means it's a great time for you to make your best deal. If you're tired of being stopped by the weather, come see the largest selection of Jeeps in the entire Mid-South. The bad weather's a good time to trade at Foster Auto World. I want your business.
We need your business.
That's a message you can get behind. They're just saying, hey, I want your business. And then his employees are like, hey, we need to sell some cars.
We're back on the show, and we want to, well, before we welcome our one-on-one guest, we want to talk just a minute and tell you that Several months ago, back during the summer, there was a big tournament held right here in the Memphis area, and Jimmy Valiant and myself were entered in it, and the winning team was going to get to represent the whole Mid-South area in the big World Cup tournament that takes place once a year in Japan, and the prize is not only a beautiful trophy, but $100,000 stuffed down in it. And Jimmy Valiant and myself were lucky enough to prevail, and we have here with us on the set Handsome Jimmy. We're going to be talking to him in just a second, but before that, they told me we were going to be able to show the highlights of us winning the tournament, and now this morning they said they don't have the highlights of us winning the tournament, but they do have some highlights of us in action. So, Handsome Jimmy, what do you say we watch us wrestle? Is that all right with you?
Where's it at?
Was everything go wrong on this show?
Here it comes, right here.
Woo, must say.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, the Covington Pike era was definitely top notch. Well, and we still got one big show to go, Scott. An all-star Boyd catch-up stream with all new Fusion Studios bumpers. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Wow. Man, Jimmy Valiant, what a life, man. Just running around saying nonsense, doing nonsense, and everybody loves it. He's in a band. What a king. We watch Mid-South all the time on here. Not a whole stream of it, but like we've seen a ton of matches.
There we are, and here we are. Handsome Jimmy Valiant. How did we look?
Woo! Let's see. Domo abagato, mizu, banjo, and sukiyaki. You didn't know I could talk Japanese, did you?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, we're going to be in good shape.
We're all right, huh?
Hey, you know I could talk Mexican, too.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know that?
No, let me
hear. Listen to this little Mexican talk. Taco, tamale, and enchilada.
That's all right.
And I talk 5 different languages in Greek. The only language I can't talk is Greek.
Lawler rocking the Rebel Alliance goatee.
Greek, huh? Can't speak Greek. Woo! So you're going to be able to get us by the language barrier in Japan.
Oh, hey, and I know a little bar in Sapporo, you know, with the little geisha girls, you know.
Geisha girls?
Hey, we're going to go to them hot baths, you know. Yeah, community baths, you know. They got the broads there with us, you know, and the guys there. Hey,
wait a minute now.
Yeah, where do we start out now? We go straight to Frisco, or we go to Alaska?
I don't know. We have the tickets right here. The tickets have come in.
Give me the ticket.
Let me see your passport picture.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Come on, let me see.
My age ain't on here, is it? Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 29. That's right. Yeah.
Ooh, what a picture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, we got the passports already.
Yeah.
We're going to leave Monday morning.
Thank you, Dave, for the GOAT trophy. Oh, man, I love those. Those are so cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. 1,000 jewels. That's nuts, man. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate it. We're going to have a crazy dispensary and liquor store run.
It's on here. We go Monday morning. We leave Monday morning, 7:29. Can you get up at 7:29? No, we don't get to go
to bed Saturday
Thank
night.
you, though, Dave. Very generous.
No, we're going to leave Monday morning.
Yeah, I ain't going to bed Saturday night
the
or
GOAT
Sunday
trophy.
Night. Yeah. Oh, hey, it says right here, it says we go to Frisco first.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Straight to Frisco.
But we all know the true GOAT that I aspire to equal is, of course, Thick Jim and I.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Frisco Street.
My old buddy who, remember that great stream where me and, what was the other guy's name? Peaksy? Me and Peaksy trolled Thick Gemini, and the stream was just amazing. And he's gone on to become like this big power broker guy in the LCU adjacent space.
3 weeks ago, Kingfish.
You were?
And, yeah, you know, Frisco, you know, this is a little funny city. Frisco is where the men are women and the women are women, you know. And I was in this little place, you know.
I know Dave sent one the other day that was 17,000 jewels. And, like, my brain, like, completely froze. And I thought at first, I was like, well, honestly, I was like, holy shit, I thought it was $17. I was like, wow, $17. And then, like, my brain was like, wait a minute. And then I think if you watch the stream, you can see me like processing it. And then I was like, Did I see what I thought I saw?
Gay bar. No, it was I guess it was a gay bar. No, it wasn't gay. What it was a female impersonating bar, see? I don't know.
Oh, thank you for the hiding. That's so weird looking. Thank you, man. Thank you, Catbread, for the strange face down, ass up, man.
If there's gay bar or what, but regular people go. I'm regular people. So I go in there and hey, Fish, I meant to tell you this earlier, a guy, I guess it's a guy or girl. Anyway, some dancer was up there dancing, and it looked just like Jimmy the Snake Hot. Now, you don't think, hey, he's not a little funny.
I don't know. I don't know. Wait a minute.
He had a mustache and everything.
Let's change the subject. I don't know where I lost control of this, but we're supposed to be talking about our trip to Japan. There's $100,000 riding on this, so you got to...
You met him a couple of times? That's awesome, man. And you got high with Johnny Valiant? Holy shit, man. Catbread is on the hype train. You know it, man. That hat, very, very classic, old school 80s Harley Davidson. Like, I feel like I saw those everywhere.
To get your mind centered on the competition over there. Forget about San Francisco.
The tax people after me, man, and that's going to come in handy. I know that for sure, Yeah.
Okay. All right, listen. Also, this afternoon, a big match right down at the Coliseum at 3 o'clock today,
Yes, sir, baby.
You got the Mike Sharp, Iron Mike Sharp. Have you seen?
Oh, also Dave and G Thanks. You guys are in the afternoon show, so if you want to see the live react or be here to whatever.
Still got your...
Do I? Brother? Hey, this is a shop-dressed man, you understand, and I want to tell you something.
An MRI today.
All my brothers and sisters, all my street...
You having a bunch of tests. Didn't you just have like a whole bunch of them done, like on your hip and something else? Oh, your spine, your hip and your spine.
Don't get mad. Ask some Jimmy. We're going to take care of shop dress. I mean today, Daddy, just hours away. I am keyed in. My gear for it, baby. The man is a filthy, filthy man. I know he doesn't shower. Yeah, he's got a little B.O. You don't understand that. I hate to do this, Jack, but I'm going to do it one time, and it's going to be all for Mr. Shop. Hours away. I'm geared up for you, Shop, man, and it's going to be all over right there, Coliseum, 3 o'clock time, Jack. It's me and you.
All right, handsome. Now, you said... you were telling me yesterday that you were expecting a lot of people out at the airport to see us off. You think there would be anybody out there at 7:30 in the morning?
You know something, Fish, man? I'll tell you something. Memphis people, this is Elvis Presley territory, you understand? Kingfish territory and Handsome Jimmy's territory. And all us people, we don't go to sleep, so there is no way to sit no alarm to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock to catch a plane at 7. So my people, I know, they're going to have their choppers, they're going to be on their bikes, they're going to be on their three-wheelers. They're going to be at the airport, you understand, because they don't sleep anyway, man.
Well, I just want to check the gate and all this. If anybody...
From all those years of hard work, Dave, and just think, McHenry, fit as a fiddle, living in the lap of luxury.
Who does want to come down and wish us well on a thing? We're on American Airlines, and then, as you said, we fly to Frisco and connect up with Japan Airlines. And have you heard anything about? Do you realize we're going to be in Sapporo, Hokkaido, or all those cool places over there? Do you know that?
Yeah, where we dropped that bomb, man?
I don't know about that, but let's don't remind them once we get over there.
I heard, you could get. I don't know if we're going way far north, but there is
north. Yeah,
we're going way far north.
Yeah.
Well, if we go there, brother, that little line, the boy.
I mostly know Johnny from when he managed the Dream Team. When I was a kid, I remember that. He was so over his character was so over the top.
The line is like
he wrestled a lot too. Like it was always in it wasn't always in like manager type situations either. Like sometimes he'd just be on the arena shows at the time, like just wrestling, as a enhancement guy or wrestling an enhancement guy.
50 miles from Russia.
50 miles from Russia.
50 miles. I got a heat-seeking missile on me all the time, brother. Look out, Russia, man. I mean, we're going to come back with the cash. We're going to come back with the trophy. Who gets the trophy? We're going to split the bread, right?
Yeah, split the bread. You can have the trophy. Okay, handsome, we want to thank you for being here. I'll see you over the Coliseum at 3 o'clock today, and then 7:30 in the morning, brother. We're going to be out there. Also want to say that just for being here, you're going to receive absolutely free gift certificate good for dinner for two over at Overton Square, either TGI Fridays or Bombay Bicycle Club. Plus, now you get a 1 year's membership to the Peabody Health Club, and I know you're excited about that. Work out.
You know something, baby? Here he goes. He's going to feed me. Then he's going to try to trim it off the boogeyman.
That's it.
They got scales over there.
They got them. We're going to put you on them. Handsome, we'll be back with more of the show right after these words.
Ooh, Road Warriors coming up.
At Aaron Rents, our furniture rental business is growing by leaps and bounds. That means that more than ever, you get better buys on rental return items at Aaron Sells Furniture. You'll find great values every day on beds, headboards, bed frames, mattresses, mirrors,
tasteful
chests,
couch
dining
in the
rooms,
place.
dinettes, cocktail tables. Only at Aaron Sells, where you save because we rented it first.
Near Getwell.
Taste the rainbow of fruit flavors in Skittles. All your favorite fruit flavors in Skittles. Colorful candy shells with fruit flavors in the middle. Strawberry, orange, lemon, lime in Skittles. Bite-sized candies. Taste the rainbow of fruit flavors in Skittles.
My good friend Danny Dunn has done it again. There are now 7 Dunn's locations. Danny Dunn's newest service center is at Ketchum and Airways. Now you can celebrate the event and enjoy a king-size savings on a transmission tune-up for only $14.95. So if it's just for an adjustment or for a full exchange, remember what Danny Dunn says.
I'll fix your transmission right and at a reasonable price.
So then wouldn't you really rather have a Dunn's transmission?
For Valentine's Day, I got a pimple. It went away, but others were waiting for the big game. Class pictures, my date with Bob.
That's the acne chain. Clearasil can break the acne chain.
Break the chain.
It does more than help dry up surface pimples and oil. It has super strength to penetrate deep, to kill multiplying bacteria, and help stop new pimples. Use regularly, and great-looking skin keeps on looking great. Because Clearasil can break the acne chain.
He does have a history with old cars, but I feel like it's been years since he's dropped a video about them.
Hi, we're back on the show, and it's time for our viewer
What's up, NCG? Yeah, I know, $14.95.
mail segment. And our letter this week comes from a kid by the name of Randy Simpson here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Randy.
And it says, Dear Queen Lawler.
Oh, right out of the bat. Got him.
My favorite tag team is the Road Warriors, and I want to know when they're coming back to Memphis and if you are afraid to wrestle them or not. Well, Randy, you ignorant little wimp. Let me just say this about that. No, I'm not afraid to wrestle the Road Warriors, and I have an open contract. Would be glad to face them at any time. And they sent some cameras out to talk to Ellering and the Road Warriors, and I think that they claim to be excited about facing me. Well, let's listen right now to see what the Road Warriors have to say about this challenge.
Jerry, and I see you're still sitting in your easy chair, taking it easy. Well, you better
What do you think? Which one did you like better? Like the actual Road Warrior looking Road Warriors with like the plain black tights and the kind of more simplistic makeup, or the like red trunks and the shoulder pads and the like kind of what I think is like their signature face paint?
Easy, Lawler, because if you ever get into the ring with these two men, if you ever have the guts to sign the contract that says beware, enter the ring at your own risk, danger.
Was Heathen in here earlier? I can't remember. I did not eat a rabbit whole. I've never eaten rabbit, period.
If you ever have that kind of guts, Lawler, just sign the contract, because we're not going anywhere. We're still right here, and we're still waiting for you, Tomahawk.
We didn't get these world championship belts pushing baby buggies around. What am I doing on this stinking show? What are we doing on this stinking show? Lawler, are you retired or something now? Why don't you get your tights on and do a little more than talking and climb in the ring? You're too smart. You don't want to. Tell him that.
Come on, Lawler! I thought you were supposed to be so bad! Pulling off your strap! And the people go crazy! You know what we think of that? That's what we think of that! We don't think nothing! Why don't you get yourself a partner and challenge the
Their
Warriors?
promos on the old Crockett shows were so unhinged sometimes.
That's right. You know, there's not a lot you can count on, but count on this. When the Legion of Doom comes to Memphis, you're never going to see anything like it in your whole life. You're going down, Lawler.
Okay, those are the Road Warriors with Paul Ellering. And Randy,
My favorite tag team is Demolition, but I grew up watching WWF. So like I only saw the Road Warriors in like magazines until they came in, and by that point, you know.
We have a T-shirt for you. Even though you are a wimp, we're going to send this out, and you can wear this and try to be a man. All right?
Oh, wow.
And that goes to anybody who has their letter read here on the show. And I'll tell you what, if you want to have your letter read, all you have to do is write to us here at the Jerry Lawler Show.
What's up, Randy?
The address is 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. The zip code is 38104. And, of course, everybody that writes in is going to receive one of those fabulous postcards there, okay? So keep the cards and letters coming in. And I'll tell you what, you know, all kind of things. Everybody seems to be wanting to get into wrestling these days. I was in Memphis Comics the other day, visiting my good friend Kendall over there on Highland, and happened to pick up a comic book. If you can get a shot of this here, even Superman is wrestling. They got Superman going against a wrestler here for the fight for the right.
Boy, this show is just a complete disaster.
To be Superman, can you get a little shot
there
of
we
that
go.
here? There you go. Superman wrestling. And, boy, as I said, just all kind of things are going on. I was in a game store in Louisville, Kentucky to kind of pick up on some games or something to do while I was on the airplane going to Japan. And they now even have a Superstar Pro Wrestling game with that over here, too. Superstar Pro Wrestling game, and we were just kind of looking through there. Had a couple of matches last night, and they even have a King Lawler card in there with all the specialty moves, the pile drive.
I just happened to be out shopping, and I came across this game that happens to include my likeness. I had no idea.
For the fist drop, the royal backbreaker, all of the moves in there, and after, let me see.
Oh, yeah, who doesn't remember the classic royal backbreaker?
We had about 5 matches last night. King's still undefeated, so it's a pretty neat game. If you like something like that, you might be able to check out one of the local game stores and pick up on the wrestling game. Right now, we're going to check out a gentleman that's going to be in action just a couple of hours from now down at the Mid-South Coliseum. We had his video on the show last week talking about exotic Adrian Street with his valet, Miss Linda. Mr. Street.
Ain't that right,
I
Linda?
guess I should call you Mr. Street. Let me just suffice to say Adrian. You got a big match coming up this afternoon with Randy Macho Man Savage, and he said he's looking for you. Hello.
Well, hi.
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 He's looking for me. Well, I'm sure that I'm not a difficult person to find. Not a difficult person at all. I mean, I'd hardly sort of melt into the background, would I? Well, Macho Man Savage.
Macho Man.
I mean, I suppose this is what I. Macho Man Savage. Macho Man. I mean, I suppose this is supposed to be the epitome of American manhood.
Yeah, this is from the Jerry Lawler Show. We've watched a few episodes before, but I found a few full ones that I hadn't seen before.
Macho Man.
I'm sorry.
I mean, why is this character going to be so butch? I mean, have you heard his voice? He sort of sounds like his throat's been sandpapered or something. Well, I was very curious about this butch Macho Man, and I did a little bit of research, and I was told, I mean, this is a secret, don't let it go any further. I mean, even if you tortured me, I mean, I wouldn't sort of say it on the air, but...
But I guess you're going to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I liked Colossal Connection as far as, like, just singles guys that were thrown together. I thought they were really good.
Heard that he's actually Scottish extract, Mac Savage or something. And I heard that when he came over here first, he was wearing their national... You know, they wear dresses and things like that in Scotland.
Is that right?
They call it national dress, you know, I mean, that's their excuse. But I heard the reason he's so butch, that when he came to America first, he was dressed this way, and as soon as he arrived in the airport in Memphis, he was chased by 2 big country boys and said, like, "Oh, give us a kiss, darling." And the silly boy simply overreacted. Butch, I mean, I've got more manhood in my little finger than that character's got in his whole body.
Wow.
I heard talk that he called me effeminate, and if there's one way to get underneath my skin, that is the way I could scream when anybody even sort of mentions that I could...
Well, let me, I mean, if that does get under your skin, then how do you explain the... well, the garb, the get-up, all, you know, your wrestling attire. You got to admit it is a little unusual, to say the least.
It sets me apart from these macho men and people like yourself. I mean, this makeup and my attire, it just sort of, it's just a slight exaggeration of myself, which sort of takes me just a step beyond perfection.
I see. Okay, well, listen, we want to thank you for being on the show. I'm not going to say that I want to wish you luck down there, but I do think you're going to need it because I talked to Randy Savage yesterday, and he said something about, you know, you like to sort of, I guess it's kind of an antagonizing move, kissing your opponents. He said he's got the kiss of death in store for you this afternoon.
Don't think I'd like to kiss him.
Okay, Exotic Adrian Street, want to thank you for being on the show. We'll see you in action down at the Coliseum. Yeah, pleasure's all mine. Right. Okay, and speaking of that big card at the Coliseum, it is going to be a super afternoon of action. It's this afternoon, 3 o'clock, the matches start. And, of course, don't forget the special reduced ticket prices. Also,
I do have a soft spot for the Flying Nuns because they were on Shotgun Saturday night.
We want to keep reminding you that it's only $1 to park down there now. And also, special prices, kids 10 and under, admitted to general admission for only $1. And
wow.
Right now we're showing...
So $1 to park and then a buck a kid.
On the screen here, the old wrestling hotline. If you want any information concerning the card that's coming up at the Mid-South Coliseum or the results, just phone this number, 685-6969, and you can phone it anytime, 24 hours a day. Speaking of the card, just a few of the big matches. I think there's 9 big matches in all. Jimmy Hart and the Terminators. Now, Hart's going to be forced to be in the ring. They're going to be going against the Dirty White Boys down there. The match we just talked about, Exotic Adrian Street's going to be going against Macho Man Randy Savage. Playboy Frazier's going to have his hair at stake, saying that he can beat both the Battens in less than 10 minutes. Jimmy Valiant, a chance at the Mid-America title against Iron Mike Sharp. I got Eddie Gilbert in a Texas Tornado death match. And then the fabulous ones, Stan and Steve, are back.
Underrated
they're going to be going against
stud
the
stable.
interns for the Southern Tag Team title. That's all today at 3 o'clock at the Coliseum. We'll see you over there. And we'll see you right back here with more of the show right after these messages.
I'd go see that. I'd go to the Coliseum.
Dear Certs, you'll love this Certs encounter. I knew camping wasn't for me, but the hike proved it. Oh well, I thought, I'll just brush off the dust and have a Certs. It had to be fate, because out of nowhere came a huge backpack attached to the best-looking guy.
Only Certs has a lively, fresh flavor and a glistening drop of Retsin, so it's all you need to freshen your breath and keep it that way.
Well, Certs, looks like we're going camping more often.
Certs and sugar-free Certs, just in case you're going to be
writing this letter to?
This is my new celebrity. What a great car. Just picked it up from my Chevy dealer. You know, it's got the same body as old Sierra or the Buick Century, but my celebrity costs $1,200 less than the olds and nearly $1,300 less than the Buick. I could have sprung for the extra bucks, but what for?
Brothers of Funstruction? Probably not.
I got other places to spend my money.
Oh.
I could have sprung for the extra bucks, but what for? I got other places to spend my money.
Chevy Celebrity at your Memphis area Chevy dealers.
See, being a simp, buying the box used to be socially acceptable.
Isn't it great to love a car you can afford?
I heard that ATF Media, oh my God, bought his, I can't even remember, I was going to say who he bought his car from, that one guy, but I can't remember his name now that I saw this guy. As soon as this guy appeared on screen, my whole mind just went blank.
While snow and sleet piled up outside, killing January business, Fleming's inventories and bills were piling up inside. Emergency pricing action's been taken. Incredible prices means you save 30.
No, come on.
To you. Help me save my month, and I'll save you big furniture dollars with unrepeatable
Save our month.
At all 5 Fleming stores.
This is very DSP coded. Save our month?
Guaranteed savings, the best you'll see in all of 85.
I bet you did something
Jamie
today
Farr.
you feel pretty good about. Bet you did. So go get your Mars bar. Come on, you deserve the best. Can't you just taste that rich milk chocolate, creamy caramel, and snuggle deep inside soft nougat? Big, fresh, crunchy nuts after nuts after nuts. This is what you deserve. You deserve every big, crunchy nut in a Mars bar. You did do something good today, didn't you?
No.
We're back on the show now. We have a very special guest with us, Mr. Gene Dixon. And, Gene, you have a very impressive title. You are the show director of the 11th Annual International Custom Car Show.
He looks real standoffish to me right from the start.
Memphis next week. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, it'll be our 11th year for doing this here in town, and hope to be bigger and better than ever before.
Now, it's going to take place, it's going to start Friday down at Cook Convention Center, and I've been involved with them in the past.
PWTW, I don't know, it doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, nut after nut.
And they are always some super shows that
even into the ghost loads
people really enjoy. What can they expect to see down there this year?
Well, we're going to have around 150 local cars, and some of our feature attractions are going to be the Fall Guy pickup from the Fall Guy series, television series. And we're going to have the kit car back again this year. It was down there last year. It was a big attraction. And we'll have it back and all of its talking ability and all that.
I agree. I liked Power and Glory.
And it's been a couple years since we had the General Lee down there, and we're going to have it back from the Dukes of Hazzard series. And we're going to have the A-Team van from the A-Team series, and it's going to be there, and we're going to have autographed pictures of it being passed out down there, that sort of thing.
This is the actual van.
Autographed pictures of the van? Wait, who's this?
That's used in the series, right?
Yes, it is, and we're going to have Mr. T look-alike, Tony.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, is this an alternate dimension version of this tape?
Hardy down there would be a big attraction. He is a monstrous man.
Tony won the National Mr. T look-alike contest, didn't he?
Right.
But he's a little bigger than Mr. T.
A little larger. I met him a year ago up in St. Louis, and he's a big man. He's a big man.
Also, there's going to be a lot of other attractions, not to mention all the super cars and vans and custom autos, but even some of the wrestlers are going to be down there. I understand that Johnny Wilhoit, Jimmy Hart, Randy Savage, and the Batten Brothers are all going to be there. What times are they going to be there?
Well, Jimmy Hart's going to be down Friday night. And
I can't imagine anybody wanting to come by and meet Jimmy Hart, but they do. People actually, I heard that a lot of people stand there and get his autograph, then tear it up, throw it back in his face. That's pretty neat.
Well, it makes for a little bit of litter to sweep up on the floor, but we enjoy it. And on Saturday morning, we're going to have John Wilhoit.
Wow, the guy's like, well, that actually would make a mess that I'd have to pay to have it cleaned up.
And Saturday afternoon, we're going to have the Batten Twins. And Sunday is going to be Randy Savage. And we're looking forward to having them down there. Wrestlers were a big attraction for us last year, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, I'm sure they'll enjoy it. I know I've done it several years in a row there, and it's always a pleasure to meet the people. And man, I enjoy going through the show myself. I mean, I've even had my Corvette in there one year.
Right.
And, there's always some super cars and some unusual cars, and like you say, these cars from the television series. It's always great for the people to get to see that. Is the kit car that everybody can talk to? It talks right back to you, right?
Yes, that's it. It's the regular old kit car. It's just like what we had down there last year, and we're going to be taking pictures of the kids with the car, same with the General Lee. We're going to be taking Polaroid pictures of the kids and everything down there then.
All right, Gene, we want to thank you for being here. We want to invite everybody down to the 11th Annual Custom Car Show, Cook Convention Center. What time is the doors open Friday?
They open 6 Friday.
6 o'clock Friday.
Then again on noon on Sunday, or Saturday, and noon on Sunday also.
Okay, super. I want to thank you for being here with us, and hope you have great success with the car show this year.
Well, thanks very much for having us down. Really appreciate it.
Okay, that's going to just about run us out of time.
Bam Bam and Tatanka, that was during the $1 Million Corp days, right?
I'm here on the show today. We've enjoyed having you with us, and we want to thank you for being here. Don't forget big action at the Mid-South Coliseum just a couple hours away. It starts at 3 o'clock today. We'll see you over there. Stay tuned right now because big NBA action. Well, not NBA. It's college basketball. Villanova against Maryland.
What's he? He's like a professional performer. How is he so good at promos and so terrible at hosting this show?
And Georgia Tech against North Carolina.
I mean, him being terrible at it is one of the main reasons the show is so good, but it's just kind of weird. Kind of like you hear about the guys who are like really charismatic off camera, like Brad Armstrong, but it just doesn't read on camera.
We'll be back here next Sunday morning at 11. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you for hanging out for Memphis today. I will be back next Friday morning, and we'll kick off 1981. But I'm going to go for now. I will be back in about an hour and a half, but we're going to watch an all-star Boyd catch-up. All the heavy hitters, all the chat favorites will be covered. But thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the gifts. The what was the one? Thank you for the goat trophy and the weird head down, ass up guy gift. But thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. If you want to come back for Boyd, I'll be here in about like an hour and 24 minutes. So I will see you soon.